Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. The longest-running episodic podcast on the Blvd Bullies YouTube channel, and probably by far the most hated wrestling podcast in the wrestling world, parentheses deathmatch, parentheses East Coast deathmatch, parentheses Blvd Bullies universe. Probably the most hated podcast in the Blvd Bullies podcast universe. I'm your host, PK, with the Blvd Bullies, and I'm joined by three men that I'm just proud to know. I'm proud to call my friends and proud to call my family. Through the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the sunglasses on, sunglasses off, sunglasses back on.
I want to make the balloons.
I feel more confident in this generation and version of the Blvd Bullies than I have ever before. So let me introduce them to you. First, wearing probably the best shirt to date. Over 100 episodes. And this is the best shirt I've ever seen him wear. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who bloodied and battered Brian at XPW Look What You Made Me Do. But we're in a truce, and we'll have updates about that later on. The sole proprietor and owner of Ringside Relics, a man who went to Deathmatch Medical School, but I don't want to say DMD anymore in regards to the Deathmatch Doctor. DMD is now Deathmatch Drama, because that's what we're up to our ears in.
That's good, Pat.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Ringside Sean.
Fellas, a pleasure as always. Larry, Pat, my buddy, the Truce Boy, Brian. Good to see you. I hope the neck is holding up well.
And
it's always great to see
speaking
you,
of
Sean.
The Truce Boy, a man who has had his neck broken twice, face smashed, bags under the eyes, taking a beating, taking abuse for all of your sins, Deathmatch people. The moderator, the administrator of Deathmatch Elite, he ain't going nowhere. And by the way, pop, one punch, bad take, Bry, Ginsburg, July, the merch guy.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm healing. My wounds are healing. If you can see, I'm still sore, but I have my 500 milligram weed beverage. I have my extreme cannabis.
Thank God.
And I have my beatboxes.
All right.
Let's fucking go.
You're here, man. You're here.
A healthy smorgasbord for tonight's program. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, this man lives in the same type of studio that I do. He broadcasts from the same type of studio, and that's a triangular top, which means that wherever the sun is in the sky, it's pounding him. It's beating down upon him. Why? Because even though he is a living legend, a 20-year veteran, a CZW Hall of Famer, a Showcase Showdown winner, a former boat owner, his future is still bright. Ladies and gentlemen, my wrestling father, Larry the Legend.
So let me speak on it after that intro. The only reason that I choose to do the podcast appearances or any interviews that I happen to appear on, and there are a plethora, my friends, is because of my wall here. You know, I don't have to be up here in Mark and Craig's room, for those of you who know. I don't have to be up here in Mark and Craig's room. I do it because, my CZW Hall of Fame, my big head that Brian made for me, my It's About to Go Down t-shirt, my first photo that Victoria Longton took of me and personalized for me, my Big Boss Man figures, me and David Russell. It's the only reason that I'm in this room. There are way more cooler rooms in this castle where I first stepped my toe into backyard wrestling, which is the reason that I'm talking to you to this day. So just to let everybody know, I don't have to be in this room kind of like you, I guess, have to.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck here.
This is where all of my shit is displayed, including, shut the fuck up, my 2019 award from Campbell's Kickboxing out on Long Island that my kitten
Campbell's
broke.
tomato soup.
All of this shit is in here. But just because you keep bringing up this room that is very similar to yours, I think next week I'm going to appear from another room.
Oh, wow. Okay, I apologize.
Okay.
Apologize!
Before we go on,
I
just want to say
viewers.
I just wanted to shout out that we're both extremely hot.
You're calling it like we're fire signs.
We're on fires
on this motherfucking podcast.
I'm freezing.
Thanks for the intro.
Brian is absolutely freezing. His
I also want to say
high-powered air conditioning, which I think is part of the reason why everybody hates you, Brian. And we're definitely going to get to that. But first, God bless America. Let's hear about your 4th of July shenanigans. Did any of you guys blow your fingers off with fireworks or attempt to, or have a friend, family, or loved one make you a hamburger?
I worked. I made double time. And that's about it. I went the day on July 3rd, I went to my friend's house who had a newborn baby girl. And I hung out with him and we barbecued. James, yes, he had a baby girl. Ember, Lucia, Grace.
Shout out to James. And
shout out
baby.
James. Yeah, so we barbecued.
Shout out being born. Also July 3rd, Joey Janela and Cheeseburger share a birthday on July 3rd. Joey Janela and Ring of Honor Cheeseburger, world famous, share a birthday on July 3rd.
Well, so the baby was actually born a week after my wedding. What was it? It was July June 14th. The baby.
So you're saying your wedding lit the fire that got them going to get that baby out there.
Yeah, I pushed it out. It pushed it out.
Nice.
I say it was James picking up change.
Oh, that motherfucker goes off.
He was picking up change.
Dude, he went off. He went off. I love it.
Shout out James for not ripping your pants either during pickup change.
I ain't do shit, Sean.
I went to go see some family, and then after that, Rose and I went to the city, as city folk do, and we saw the fireworks.
Oh, geez, you went to the city for the fireworks?
Yeah, of course, like a real New Yorker.
Sounds miserable.
It wasn't. It was actually really cool. It was on the west side. I hadn't been there on the west side seeing it in almost over 10 years, so it was cool to see it in a different setting. It's always on the east side. I'm a Lower East Side guy, so it's always in my backyard. It's nice to take a walk across the city and see some fireworks.
It's funny. It's usually on the east side, and it's like hundreds of thousands of people crowd around my job to see it by the river right there. But this year it was fucking quiet and peaceful.
Yeah,
and,
a lot of construction going on.
Love that.
A lot of construction going on the east side of Manhattan. So the west side was blessed this year with some nice fireworks. So that's what I did.
Yeah, to me, fireworks are a great cherry on top of an already nice evening. Like if you're at a friend's place or you're doing something with your people. But I'm not like a guy who's going to bring a blanket to a field.
Oh, dude, there were people with blankets in the street.
Yeah, no. Fireworks can't be the main event.
It was wild.
Can't be the main event.
It was wild.
It could be like a nice, like,
a surprise.
Augmenting, like, supporting member of the evening. This like fireworks phenomenal for supporting member of the evening. But as the main,
So you know what was cool about it? It was like right off of the meat packing district, so it was like right off the water.
Oh,
so we left the crowd. We left the crowd, and we were like, "Yo, let's watch it from right here." Then a few minutes later, the fireworks start going off, and it's literally like we're in between buildings and like these dope buildings, and it's like the fireworks are right there, and like the crowd is over on the other side, and we just chilling in the cut, just enjoying, and it was dope. It was fire. I had fun.
And by
We
the
got
way,
caught in
shout
the
out to
rain.
everybody watching at home. Tony Norman, Chase, Urka, Daniel Kurth, all members in the chat shouting out for a new Larry room next week.
No Larry room.
A new Larry
Yeah.
room, just like Clue.
I might just do a new room for the next 9 weeks.
Next 9 weeks.
Just do one
Specific
from like the
number.
bathroom.
Hey! I said I was going to do this morning.
What?
A shout out to lovely XPW World Television Champion Kat Martini, who happens to be born on this day.
Happy born day.
Happy birthday.
Our first woman.
Friend of the bullies. Friend of the bullies.
Toe.
Friend of the
Shout
Bullies.
out her.
You know, it's funny because when she was on the program, we did a family-friendly episode. We got all our baby photos, you know?
Mhm.
And it's funny because
Oh my
as part of like a birthday
God.
post today, I don't know if it was her or a friend or something, but I seen it and it was like, you know, a childhood photo just like that we had on our show. So shout out, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I actually just recently, and I already shared this with Kat Martini, I just recently saw some of her work before becoming XPW World Television Champion. And God bless her.
A pro.
Shout out.
God
Thanks for the
bless her,
visuals.
Yeah. Dude, I love Kat Martini.
Hey, shout out to everybody making visuals out there, yo. We love
Mhm.
you. Hey, speaking of July 4th, did you guys watch the GCW July 4th Backyard Extravaganza number 8 or 9, maybe 7?
I didn't.
I didn't watch it. I saw clips.
I
I've
saw
seen
clips and it looked
It was
very hot.
heavily XPW influence. Basically,
Brian,
half the
come on.
motherfuckers there were from XPW Bullies.
Serious?
What am I wrong? Tarzan
who's there?
Duran,
Who's there?
Tarzan Duran, Dr. Redacted.
That's 2.
I mean,
It's literally
JJ
2.
Escobar.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, he's really his
Schlack?
own floating entity.
Schlack wasn't at GCW.
Okay. So then they weren't all there.
No, Larry, I got confused too because I saw a lot of El Schlacko posts on the day,
It was
and
old.
I thought that El Schlacko appered on the thing, but I do,
Yeah,
I do not think
I
he
thought
did.
there was gonna be a JJ El Schlacko too.
Or maybe he did. I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh, Larry,
Was it-
give us
was
a
it
kitty
good?
update. Kitties are so over on this program. Everybody's been asking about them. Everybody's been commenting about your kitties. Everybody's been talking about them. Give us an update, Larry.
Yeah, what's the update on the cats?
So the little boy, he's afraid to like jump all the way up on my lap, but he likes being up here. From when he had like a respiratory infection, and I wiped his eyes and his nose with aloe vera baby wipes. So he likes being up here. He remembers that, but he's afraid to
God,
jump
two
all the
kitties,
way up.
two
So
kitties.
he just we're having a cat date. Look,
Nice.
and I've never experienced a cat that likes TV as much as this kitten. I put Nightmare on Elm Street 5 on. I put Nightmare on Elm Street 2
Krueger.
on. Dude, he loves sitting on my leg and looking at the TV, and I've never experienced a cat. I see it on TikTok and everything all the time.
We got
Pets,
another
like
cat.
watching TV, like reacting to Scar knocking Mufasa, like getting angry and watching it. I've never had a pet that like watching TV as much as this little kitty does. So
Yo,
yeah,
what is your
I still haven't named them. I know Cat, Bone Thug, and Harmony, but I still
Krueger,
haven't
dude?
learned them.
Krueger.
I haven't learned them enough to
By the way, leave your comments on this video after it gets posted of what you just some suggestions that we can say to
Name the
Larry
cat.
of what the cats should be named. That would be fun. You know,
Who
he's
was that you just put up, Ryan? You
My
named
cats,
your
my
cat.
cats are Will. The big fat white one was Will, and the other one is Lola, the little black and white one.
Will
Wait, are there
Lola?
two? Oh, Lola.
Lola. Yes.
And
Lola and William.
Will, aka Satan.
I saw
No.
that Billy Starks appeared on
Satan?
July 4th.
He's a little. He's
Well,
like
that's another name for him is Will. You're Will. When you use your will, you're evoking the devil.
Oh, right. I guess you're not invoking. You're invoking your power. Isn't your will like your power?
Your power, which is a belief in oneself, which is a Luciferian principle. So when you will, I meet a Will or my dad, my actual biological father, Willie, I consider myself,
that's my dad's name. Hold on, wait, hold on. That's my dad's name. What the fuck is going on right now? You serious? That's my dad's name.
Weird.
My cat's name.
That's my dad's
That's
name.
right, Sean. It's okay. Look, the more that we organically do our work, we're gonna unearth shit.
That's my dad's name.
Unearth is a great
I didn't
band.
know. But yeah, that's my dad's name too. My dad no longer with us. Willie. And Will, I learned Will is another name for like the belief in oneself, your will. When you will someone to do something, you're evoking the power of Satan.
I like that.
Pat, will you lead us into the next topic?
Don't talk to me that way. Health update. Blvd Bullies. Medical update. Jordan Oliver injured. Out 9 to 12 months.
Very sad.
Due to a vicious attack by Charles Masson.
It went from a 6 to 9 month on the shelf injury.
He fucked his shit up.
So a 9 to 12.
But Sean, isn't that like a milestone for a young wrestler to get first?
I wanted
to sits them down. That's a milestone.
Yeah.
It's like a Tommy John for a pitcher.
Like double ACL or AE dub.
He's definitely got to tone it down and get that new. Why is it that like a lot of wrestlers, like when it's time for them to evolve the game, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing, and their pace just gets slower. Like when Shawn Michaels knew it was about to be done, he was like, all right, I got to start wrestling this way. That's when he started doing all those chops. But it was like, all right, it works because now you're just getting your ass whooped.
Sean, you're absolutely right because Sean did not do chops. No time through his career until the end.
Yeah, there's a good way to get from corner to corner, and then you work pillar to post, hit some rope spots, and you're good. Thumbs up is right, Larry. So it's like at some point, there has to be a transition of how we're performing in the ring.
Yeah, but the dude's like 28, dude.
Yeah, that's about the time when you start switching it up.
26, maybe even.
You gotta throw something
Alvarez
into that
said
resume.
About Javon Evans. Like everyone keeps talking about Javon Evans, like 20. He's been doing it for 7 years. He's been doing it since he was like 13.
Well, either way, I mean, I don't think that the answer to Jordan Oliver's injury is that he should have been slowing it down. It's just a hazard of his work, and I think, if anything, you got to look at the positives and be like, wow, he lasted this long without an injury. I mean,
hasn't Jordan Oliver also been wrestling for quite some time? He's been
dumb, and broke.
He's a young guy, but has also been around for like 7.
That's why the shit went
years.
from 6 months to 9, dude. Because he's young, dumb, and broke. You don't have good insurance, so it's an additional 3 months.
In the video, he says that he was told to not wrestle, right? So it's like brings me back to if you're told not to and you're still gonna do it, you gotta switch the way you're going in there and delivering from
but maybe he made it up. Maybe the doctor said 6, he said 9, so that he can say that like
the Charles Mason shit.
Yo, I'm coming back 3 months early, Daddy-O. You know.
Will also make for a good match when they come at Homecoming in August. His homecoming. You never know. And he'll just
he's going to be back in a month? No.
He'll take it to Charles Mason. You never know.
Also, shout out to one of my favorite outlaw personalities that I ever met. The reason for their existence or my relationship with them, Kevin Sullivan.
Mr. Sullivan.
Who I used to get glasses of red wine for. At Outlaw and call him Mr. Sullivan, and he used to come out to, yo, ready for this? And he used to say, yeah, it was awesome.
Wow. You remember that? I looked at you, I said, did that just play? You said, yes, it did.
Yo, and in the Who Killed WCW doc, he doesn't look well.
No.
He looks like he sat up out of a coffin to do this documentary, and yeah. I was watching it. I was like, you know what? This guy don't look. He don't look good. He don't look like a healthy. He looks like He looks bad.
I know there's a GoFundMe for him out there.
Yeah, now it's
help
coming
with
out that he
medical bills
actually
and
is in
stuff.
terrible health. And just want to let everybody out there know that Blvd Bullies knew it before you did. And shout out Kelvin Sullivan and love you, live for you.
Fuck, marry, kill. Kevin Sullivan, Sully from Godsmack, Matt Tremont's dog Sully. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to kill. No, I'm gonna marry the dog. I'm gonna
Yes,
fuck
fuck it.
Sully from Godsmack, obviously, and I'm gonna kill Matt Tremont.
No,
Matt Tremont wasn't an option.
Tremont wasn't on the list.
He wasn't an option, dude.
Slam dunk,
It's a
dude.
slam dunk, Brian.
That's easy. That's an easy one. I almost said kill the dog, but then I was like, wait a second, I'll marry the
Protecting that.
dog.
Protecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill Tree, fuck Sully from Godsmack. I'm not the
It's
one
not
who's so
Tremont,
far
it's Kevin
away.
Sullivan. Sully. Kevin Sullivan, Sully from Godsmack, or Sully Tremont's dog.
Wow. Brian, fuck, marry, kill the 3 Sullys.
Yeah, you gotta marry Sully from Godsmack because he has probably the most money.
He's got the most money.
Bro, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say
I
it.
would
I'm not gonna say it, but you know, you
Kevin
fucking
Sullivan.
know.
I would fuck Kevin Sullivan because
Fuck
What?
his ass.
he's old.
This
You
is
just got to
fucking
make old
insane.
people feel good. You got to make old people feel
No.
good. So you got to kill the
What?
dog.
It's not-
You got to
it's
kill
the
the dog.
dog,
You got to
it's
kill the
Sully.
dog.
Bro,
Dog ain't gonna
absolutely
live. Dog ain't gonna
fucking
live.
not.
Fuck that dog.
Okay, I said
Kill that
Tremont,
dog,
but I
dude.
meant Kevin Sullivan. But
That dog, dude.
I said marry the
And
dog,
Sean
kill
probably
Kevin
like, I ain't
Sullivan,
doing no
fuck
gay
Sully
shit.
from Godsmack. Go ahead, Sean.
Bro. Fuck no. Fuck out of here.
You ain't even gonna
the
participate.
fuck.
Oh,
outta
see,
here.
Sean-
Oh, he's
Sean's
doing a
no
Masada.
shit.
He's doing a
He's
Masada.
like,
He's not even going to answer the
"Three."
question.
He's like, I
Listen,
ain't fucking
Listen,
know.
I'm
All
not
of the
bringing my
motherfuckers
shit
got
around
dick, I
no
ain't fucking
damn
none of
dog. The fuck out of
I'm
here with
fucking-
this shit.
Joe Koff played it. ROHCOO Joe Koff played
Put
it.
in my
Demon
No
junk
one's
Kane,
around
good.
the
No
Kane,
one's
dog.
too
Michael
good for
Kane.
fuck, marry,
Demon
kill.
Kane.
Nobody.
What was it, Pat? Demon Kane.
Corporate
Demon
Kane.
Kane,
Michael
Michael Kane. That was what,
So stupid.
were you the guest on the show?
Michael Kane. Michael Kane is probably what got him to do it.
Yeah, it's like,
You know,
okay,
like,
yeah, it's
Michael
too
Caine's
funny
a
to not.
celebrity.
At that point, it's like, okay, this is
Were you the
hilarious.
guest on the show when we said that one?
Dude, that was
Yo,
the most, that was the
when
most
Ricochet
awesome thing you've
wrestled-
ever done. That's the most awesome thing you've ever done, Pat. I'm sorry.
When Ricochet
sorry.
wrestled Amazing Red at the Queen's Elks Lodge for Hog, we caught Ricochet
yeah,
after the match, and he had just had a very, very famous match with Zack Sabre Jr. So we asked him, fuck, marry, kill. Zack Sabre Jr., Zach Galifianakis, Zach Morris.
Zach
off the
Galifianakis
bat.
threw him off. He was like, "Who the
Three-
fuck is that?"
3
Zack
Zacks.
Ryder.
I don't. Is this published online? Can I see this? Is this on?
Yes, you could go watch this on our YouTube
Is this
channel. yes.
on?
He had the lip. He had the
Yeah, he had the
busted
lip
right?
thing. His lip got fucked up. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm okay.
And Tessa was his wife.
I didn't give him a chance to say no. It was already happening by the time he realized I was there.
Yo, I love Ricochet so much. I love Ricochet
Fuck,
so much.
marry, kill. Zach Galifianakis, Zack Sabre Jr., Zach Morris.
He was like,
And he
"Huh?"
started thinking,
Okay, I guess I'll fuck.
yo, post that tonight after.
all right, we'll share it tonight. We'll share
With
I
it.
the
haven't
link-
seen that in years. That was beast. What was that? Hog.
That was
Yeah,
Hog
listen.
at the Elks Lodge side room.
Listen, can we just get into it?
Yes.
It's Tuesday. It's hot outside. It's hot on the
I'm
web.
fucking freezing,
Where are you
brother.
going with this?
Yeah, because you're.
Pat, where do you think I'm going with it?
What are we
Can't
getting
hear you.
into?
Can't hear what you're
Where do
saying.
you think
drama?
I'm going with it?
Get out of that box.
First of all, there was a very special occasion this fucking past weekend.
Yeah,
when
that's what
Larry
I wanna get to. I wanna
returned
get to the
fucking
special occasion.
2300 arena.
Okay.
Jesus
okay.
Christ,
All right,
Sean.
all right.
That was
All right.
That was a good. That was
Prematurely evacuating.
Hey, listen, I thought this was
the
the truth. If you wanted me to get down and dirty
Get
with it, I get
out
down
of
and dirty
that
with it.
box.
What did I say? Jesus Christ!
The
Everyone's so
2,300
sensitive nowadays.
arena. Larry was there. What are you trying to
Where
talk
Larry's
about?
gone. There we go.
My
Get this-
cat
get the
was in my
cats.
box of shirts. My cat was in my box of
It was
shirts
gonna piss in them.
exploring.
It was
This is-
absolutely.
So I got him out.
Oh boy.
I got his little devilish ass out.
Kruger.
Larry, tell us about your time at the 2300 Arena.
My God, Sean, you may have done it. Sean, you may have done it. You know you may have done it. Okay, I'm sorry. It was, dude.
So we spoke on the phone the day before, and you were telling me about your 2300 situation and how when you had initially heard of it, you were kind of like a little bit on the fence.
Can I?
Floor
I
is
initially
yours.
heard about it like the day after I had done like either Brooklyn, Jersey or Philly, and I was tired. I was like, oh, dude, I'm not doing. Maybe. I think what I said was like kind of like begrudgingly, like maybe if I'm free. Also, y'all know I work a 9 to 5, and I don't really like look at my schedule until like the next day that I'm in there. Like I don't calendar this shit. I know I'm in there. So like at the time I didn't even know if I worked that day. But it turns out I didn't. And someone else besides the initial person who requested me to come was like, yo, you should come. And I was like, maybe I will. Once I found out that I wouldn't have to like for a rental. Now I ponied up to help out with trans, but this was not a situation. When I first heard it, I'm thinking, rental, blah, 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 get up early. And I was like, maybe. Once I realized, oh, I got a ride. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. But bro, just like I said to you about how when I first got to XPW, it felt very much like old CZW, old CZW. Maybe it was the luster of the fact that it was 2300 Arena, or maybe it was the fact that there was Drake, there was Lucky, there was Ruckus, there was Schlack, there was a bevy of old CZW guys.
Awesome.
But damn, if it didn't feel like a Zandig show. Low key, it felt like a Zandig show. It
Hell
felt
yeah.
like old CZW.
That's awesome.
And yeah. So it was. I was so grateful that two people were like, Larry, come. And
CUM.
I came.
And now this was Battleground Championship Wrestling, right?
Used to be owned and operated and proprieted by Rob.
Battle Dome? You said Battle Dome?
by Rob Feinstein, not our
Rob.
friend, not our
Yes,
good buddy.
He was
boy.
lurking.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
lurking in the
yeah.
shadows
Battle
somewhere.
Dome.
Used to be owned and operated, and the proprietor of it used to be Rob
Feinstein.
Fine,
Right.
founder of ROH,
Uncle of
co-founder
Maxwell
Ring of Honor.
Jacob.
And
No,
now who is
that's
now the
free.
owner? Who is
That's
now?
free. Maxwell Jacob is free, not fine.
Right.
He used
It-
to be Feinstein.
It was originally Feinstein.
He used to be Maxwell Jacob Feinstein.
I think it was Feinstein.
It was Feinstein. But isn't so is
Semantics.
Rob. So is Rob, isn't
Semantics.
it?
He was
It's Rob
he's
Feinstein.
the biological
There's a
nephew.
difference between Frankenstein and Frankenstein, my friend.
So he's literally Rob Feinstein? I thought it was Feinstein. I
It's
thought
Maxwell
it was
Jacob
Robert
Feinstein.
He is Rob Feinstein.
Right.
And Jacob Maxwell, or Maxwell Jacob, was also Feinstein. Like Steen, like Owens.
Right.
And
I said Feinstein to be funny.
Maxwell
he's
goes by
Feinstein.
Friedman now, and so does Roberto Friedman.
No!
Oh yes, Larry. One of my sources was telling me.
Oh, freaking idiots.
Roberto Friedman.
Well, bro, he wasn't on site.
Oh, he
But
wasn't
I
on
guess
site.
one
He
of
was
the other
hanging out
reasons
on the roof like Batman.
So I thought I saw him. I thought I saw
Lightning
him,
struck
but
and you saw a silhouette on the roof.
well, no,
Larry, we were.
okay. Listen, I saw the haircut. I saw the gait. You know what I mean when I say the gait, the walk, and I saw the nose of a man that I thought was Feinstein.
You saw the nose.
But then I stopped to think, and I was like, why would Feinstein be here at his old show? Like, why would he be like hanging out at his old show? And I was like, that can't be him.
Maybe
and it was.
It's not.
Well,
his
you were
old
saying that he owns a new company that has taken a lot of the ECW talent from Battleground.
So I think the luster of Battleground when Rob Feinstein was the deal was that it was ECW Arena and a lot of the old ECW guys once again in ECW Arena. So you stand to get Hat Guy, you stand to get, people that are still alive to go back to the place that they started the shit from and buy in. But now that Rob is not there, I heard that Rob now does another thing, and a lot of the old ECW guys like the Bully Ray and whoever are now with him doing his thing, but I don't even know what that is.
The fuck are you guys laughing about, dude?
Urka nailed it because I said Batman. Like I made the joke like, oh, he was standing on the roof and thunderstruck, and he was standing there like Batman, but I was way off. Urka hit it on the head. He's like the Phantom of the Opera. He has half his face covered and still has the haircut. That's who you saw, Larry.
Well, I think anybody that works associates with that dude is a weirdo.
Parodied in the Simpsons episode with the Flaming Mo. When Homer was up there
exactly. It's
the
Homer.
Flaming Mo.
It's cough syrup. Urka, thank you for correcting me because I said Batman just on a whim, but I meant
my line's all gone.
I meant
drunk.
Phantom of the Opera. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's much fucking funnier. Good times. So, Larry, tell us about it. You showed up. It felt like the CZW locker room. Did you announce both men that you were supposed to? Who went first? Break it down for me, Larry.
Got the big kibosh. So y'all, as what I like to consider myself an ad hoc player. Like I first got to CZW as like a Jace player, not a main player, and a Jace player to Blackout. A lot of the times as an ad hoc player, you have to like arrive and like find the promoter and be like, hey, I'm here. Like, and they're like, oh my God, you're here. And you're like, yeah, I came up with, whoever. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. And you're like, oh, so like, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go out there and do the deal. And they're like, oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, I love it. And when I had that conversation, I also mentioned someone else that was a friend of the Bullies and a friend of mine personally that I would love to announce. And Motor said, I don't really like you, doing that because that's kind of like another promotions shtick,
You're
So
talking about Schlack.
I am, and I'm talking about SPW.
Yes.
And I'm talking about Control Center Tim.
So
and what I'm trying to say is that Control Center Tim, out of respect for Roberto Negro, was like, I really don't want you kind of doing like your XPW thing on my show, because then someone might be like, you're taking my guys. You got them on your show. They're in my and I am the one. So I just did the Blackout intro, and for the Jake the Snake of Getting Baked Ruckus's 150th match in the 2300 arena, I think that was the right decision to make.
Well, and also
awesome. That's dope.
I think as far as creative goes, it's like, yeah, more than even not wanting to put over another promotion and another shtick, I want it to be more about you being the special person for this very special thing. So if you appear,
which is how I debuted,
right? So if you appear
guys,
twice,
in the moment, I'm not thinking the way you're articulating right now, Pat, or the way that Control Center Tim. But after the fact, knowing that the first time that I ever stepped foot in the 2300 arena, it was with Ruckus.
Yeah.
It was accompanying Ruckus and Blackout. Did you there? Why the fuck would I be there for anything else?
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So even though all the respect to the other participant, but it should be only one Larry appearance for this very, very special thing. And I loved the suit.
And all of this.
Oh, go ahead, please.
No, all of this came together organically. I wasn't plotting, wasn't trying to get on this shit. I didn't even, guys, no disrespect, but I didn't even know until it was first brought up to me, like, oh, this. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. And then someone else is like, oh, this. And I'm like, oh, I already heard about that. Yeah, that'll be cool. I'll come, you know? But like, I just, when it's organic, it's best because you're not like trying. I wasn't trying. And I didn't want to dress, didn't really want to dress to the nines because it was 2300 arena in July. If y'all ever been in 2300 arena in July, it ain't cute.
Ha.
You know?
You looked fucking amazing,
No,
bro.
don't even fuck around. They got central air now. They
Nah,
revamped
bro,
the
it's hot
building.
When you go to the
not
lobby,
when
it's
you're
hot.
under the Pan Coast Productions light, my brother.
Okay, fair,
Not when
fair,
you're.
fair.
Hey, Pat. We were in there in December for KJF 20, which coincidentally was the last time I was there. Was when you and me and Mance and Ricky Shane and Onita and DJ. You and me. The last time I was there was for that. That was, what,
hot.
2019?
It was hot that
was
day.
2019?
Yeah. December 2019.
So yeah, it was great to be back. It was awesome to announce Blackout. I bodied that shit. I also bodied David Adams, which that's how we even started. David Adams and I, the voice of the ring. We started with me at that Ricochet match. I interrupted him at the Ricochet Red match, Pat. I interrupted David Adams and fucking did Ricochet's intro in the Elks Lodge. I have done this with David Adams so many times. And actually, tip of the cap to Control Center Tim, when I brought up to the fact, Tim, that I was there and I'd love to do this, he's like, hey, can you go out there and fucking cut David Adams off and like dress him down? Like make him look and sound like a schlemiel? I'm like, brother, that's what we do.
I fucking
That's
love
what
that.
we do.
Yeah.
It
It would be my pleasure. Yeah.
Dude, Drake was there. Drake Younger was there.
Him and Schlack had a run-in, did they not? Him and Schlack had some kind of cross path.
Calling him out to dry.
Right. Well,
Schlack attacked.
Schlack wrestled
I like that.
Juicy
So
for now.
Schlack.
Juicy for now.
Juicy.
He wrestled Juicy.
Juicy.
Juicy. What is
Juicy.
it for now?
I think it's for now. Juicy for now, right? Am I
Lance
wrong?
out of Hawaii was there. Guys, you guys
Finau.
know that the one and only time that I
Finau.
came out live on Raw was at the Nassau Coliseum as a part of the, what was that? No, wait, Jose.
No way, you
Part-
came out on the train?
Yeah, and
The cover line.
Lance, dude,
What?
Lance on Hawaii, Brandon Watts, Tasha Steeles.
Do you know which
We were
Raw
all there.
episode? You need to. Now we need to find this clip.
May 9th. I know, dude.
Oh, what
May
the
9th,
fuck?
20. Dude.
How do we
May
not
9th,
know this,
20.
Larry? How have we never heard this story?
I'm
You've
not,
been a-
dude. I'm never the one to be like, hey, I'm
No,
Larry
that's-
Lodge and I want the Price is Right.
You're a
I'm never the one to
modest.
be like, hey,
You're a
I'm Larry
modest,
Lodge and I want the
modest
whole
man,
thing.
Larry.
No, dude, I don't suck my own dick.
I love that.
Like,
I love
I
that.
organically bring this shit up.
What
Yes.
else don't we know?
Well,
You
that's
came
gonna
out
get
in the
added to your
cover
intro now.
line,
You're a mysterious boy.
May 9th, whatever, dude. May 9th, 2019, Raw. The most special thing about it was that I got to come out with Uha Nation. I'm sorry, Apollo Crews. Because it was No Way Jose and Apollo Crews and Titus versus, I don't even remember,
Right.
And we came out with them. So here's the point of why I'm bringing this up. Lance did not want to be like visible. Okay? He did not want to be like front and center. He was
Right.
actually like, oh my God, I got to do this. And I'm like, come on, man. Let's do it. I'm like, come on, let's just do it and we'll do it. And he was like, I don't want to. And I was like, all right, look. I was like, look, you and me, we'll stay at the back. I'm like, let's let all
We'll stay in the
all
back.
of be up in the front, and we'll just stay at the back, you know. And Lance was the caboose. He was the caboose of the train, but he was right in front of me. And up until
Well, so you were
today,
technically the
or
caboose.
that thing, that was the last. I hadn't seen him since that. I hadn't seen him since we were on Raw together. So he arrived, and I was just gushing. I was like, "Oh my God, you're here!" And dude, it was a lot like that. I didn't know, guys. I didn't know who was gonna be at the shit. So I go upstairs and I see Drake, and I'm like, and Lucky's laughing because he didn't know that I knew Drake was gonna be there. I'm like, then I turn the corner, I see Tremont. I'm like,
Tremont, he did like a 6-man. He was like in a 6-man tag or something.
Yes, he was the mystery hardcore legend.
Right.
That was going to be in attendance. But I turn the corner, I see him, I hug him, I bump into Sue Young. It was very just like I was so grateful. I was so grateful to everyone who were like, Larry, you gotta be here for this. Once I got there and I realized what a fucking thing it was.
Legendary shit. Legendary
and guess
shit.
what? I got no more shows for July. I got no other shit for July. This is my only July shit. July 6th at the 2300 Arena. And dude, I'm good. I don't got to do nothing else. I'm good.
Let's hear from Captain Dave. Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to Captain's Corner Podcast. I'm Captain Dave, and I got my boys of the Blvd Bullies, Primetime Brian Ginsburg, Larry the motherfucking legend, Hollywood Sean Nazario, and our host, PJ Patrick fucking James, mentioned on last weekend's Battleground Championship Wrestling, and Matt Tremont went ECW. Happy birthday to the queen of extreme of XPW Cat Martini, NWA referee Tommy Young, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Ed Shelton, Benjamin.
He's good with the birthdays, tell you that much.
He knows them.
Thank you, Captain Dave.
B.
We love you. We fucking live
love
for
me
you.
some Shelty B.
Larry, final thoughts on your appearance to announce Ricochet's 150th match at the 2300 Arena, which, by the way, the next closest is like 115. It's not even close, Larry. So any final thoughts or words? Do you feel the energy in your bones? So you got to shit on David Adams, which is all of our dreams, and you got to announce your brothers, fellow CCW Hall of Famers, the Blackout.
I mean, it was just right. It was just right. It was just right. Say it 3 times. That's all I gotta say. It was just right. Last thing I'll say, watching Michael Pancoast, who, if you don't know, is the proprietor of all the sets and the big screen that is at every 2300 Arena show. Watching him flip out at one of his minions, which he is known to do. I'm not lying to you. I'm almost tearing up right now because that is the fervor of my origins in that building realized. As much as things have changed, it felt so powerful that they're still the same. And I got to be on a Michael Pancoast set, Michael Pancoast microphone, and watching Michael Pancoast flip out at his kids because the lighting effect had not been changed in the ring for the next match. And if you understand the magnitude of what I'm saying, is that he's that serious about what it looks and feels like and sounds like that he fucking loses his shit when the lighting effect hasn't been changed from purple to green for his show, because that is the level he works at. So that's all. That's the last thing I'll say. And it was, I'm blessed. I fucking am blessed to be able to talk about it on this. To be able to talk about seeing John Hammer, Chrissy Curbston, Sean Cradle, Fonzie. Dude, it was an expensive show. It was a fucking expensive show, dude.
I love that for you. And, just to speak on your point, a lot of the wrestlers were immediately screen recording their appearances on the show because of the extremely high production value. And posting it right on the thing, because that's some good footage for anybody who was on the show, Including you,
Pancos,
Larry.
by the way, Michael Pancos is so good. I don't mean to be like this way, but he's like contracted by 2300 Arena that anything they do there, Rod Stewart, fucking Hootie and the Blowfish reunion, whoever, wrestling, boxing, it's Pancos production. Everything out of that 2300 Arena is Pancos production because he's that fucking good and he makes it look that good and sound that good.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have opened the boxes of forbidden nectar.
Nectar.
Brian, show your nectar.
That's
Oh,
when I
no.
finished it.
We've opened the boxes of forbidden nectar. Larry, I love that for you. I was watching, I think I speak for all of us when we say we were watching you with eyes close. Hey.
Last thing, can I just say?
Oh, please.
Y'all, Ruckus belongs right up there with Kevin Steen, belongs right up there with Tyler Black, belongs right up there with Claudio Castagnoli, belongs right up there with all of the motherfuckers that he was a contemporary with in ROH that for whatever reason were able to advance to now being seen weekly on AEW. And his shit from that motherfucking 2300 Arena, the ECW Arena, the CZW Arena, was fucking proof positive of that fact. He is my brother. He is the one that is the reason that I'm in the CZW Hall of Fame. And he fucking showed the fuck out at his age in that motherfucking arena. And that's why I was there. And I just want to say that because people sleep on Ruckus, they sleep on his legacy, they sleep on his influence in the motherfucking game. And there are a lot of people that he worked with that are way further and way seen every single day. Roddy Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, a lot of people that they fucking just ignore him. Bro, that motherfucker showed out. And that's why I was there to ring hell's bells for him. And I just want to say that to close out our whole talk about Battleground. Ruckus is the fucking man. That's why y'all are listening to me right now, because he's the one that recognized that I was the fucking man and was like, you can't just do MCW. You can't just be down here in Maryland. You need to be everywhere. You need to be everywhere. So that's
probably
the
best
last
advice he's given all of us.
Yeah. This is the last thing I want to say. True backyarder, just like me, Ruckus. But yet to get his flowers. Still killing it in the ECW arena, but still, it's because he knows his worth. And he ain't doing nothing for no little bit of money. They don't like that. They don't like when you do shit for a little bit of money. Or when you want your worth, I should say. They don't like that.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Larry. Ruckus was one of the. It was really not Ruckus and Necro Butcher were the two that drew me to CZW in the early years with the clips.
It's like, it's like when you see them, you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? There's a fat black guy doing flips all over the place.
Well, back then he wasn't so
on.
portly. He wasn't portly.
There's a hillbilly with no shoes on fucking shit up. What is this?
What is this?
Hey, something else that happened on the show, and friend of the Bullies, Schlack, decided to go completely unhinged and attack Drake Younger. I saw this one photo, oh my God, of Schlack looking like he's about to snap Drake Younger's neck with this chain. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, that was dope. Well, not him almost snapping the neck, but
so what's the
Schlack
beef? I
back
guess
in
we
the
can
ring.
expect them at, Circle 6. Wrestling at Circle 6 or XBW House Party.
Wow.
House Party 4.
Right, Pat. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right?
Probably.
They're setting up something.
if they did it at a battleground, why wouldn't it be at a battleground?
No,
Is
they're
that
going to
only
wrestle
like
on a
Yeah,
cruise,
so that's what
Brian.
I would think, right? That's what I would think. But
yeah, like if they were doing an angle at an what that promotion show, why wouldn't that
Well, because
like
that
be
promotion
set up
is more
for
of like a
a one-off?
once every
Like
quarter
oh.
type of deal, you know? That's more of a
So
like
then
Rob
I'm
Feinstein
not
fan of the
sure.
opera kind of production, you know? It's like the money falls from the ceiling type
really
of
not sure.
situation.
It's interesting.
Larry, am I
Okay.
wrong?
Yeah,
am I
let's see.
wrong, Larry?
It's interesting. Well, it's
I
interesting
don't-
that they would start
no,
an
I don't
angle at a
even
show that
know.
only happens once a year.
so not once a year, not when Rob.
Just say yes.
was
Just say
doing
yes.
it.
I'm wrong.
The
Just say
last time they ran, wasn't it April? They had the Dudley Boys. In
April
that
wasn't
same
that
Yes.
long
arena?
ago. That's not that long ago.
No,
And,
it's
and,
not.
and this was the first Control Center Tim show. This
So
was
maybe-
the first non-Rob Feinstein show.
So maybe
That I was-
Tip Top Timmy is fucking gonna
Tip
start
Top
running more
Timmy.
shows.
Good for Tim.
I
Hey,
think
hey,
so.
shout out Timmy.
Shut up, Tim. Control
Good job,
Center Tim.
Timothy.
As long as he's a better guy than Rob Feinstein.
It's like
I've known him.
He's
for,
setting the
I've
bar
known him
pretty
for
low.
I've known him for a long time. I've known him for 12 years. You know, and he was very respectful. He treated me with respect.
Hey, speaking of photos of Schlack murdering Drake Younger, have you guys seen the photos of the new mural on the
Right.
side of the wrestling universe owned by original ICW owner Jack Savage? Is that
Jack Sabbath.
Jack
Sabbath?
Mehal. Jack Mehal.
Jack
Have you seen
Sabbath.
this?
Jacking the Sabbath.
Have you
He's
seen this
jacking-
mural? They might as
No.
well have painted a
No,
Bret
the
Hart
only-
Mona
I've-
Lisa
the
on
only-
the side of a
the
wall,
only-
dude. It's beautiful.
Yo.
It's
Wait,
incredible.
what is it?
Talk
What's
about
the mural?
visuals.
What's the mural of?
It's of Bret
Bret
the
the
Hitman,
Hitman
Hart.
Hart.
It's Bret the Hitman,
It's just he
realistic.
painted the whole wall pink and did like a fucking portrait, a spray painted, beautiful
Oh,
10
Yeah.
out of 10 portrait of Bret the Hitman Hart in his jacket and his glasses.
Is
with,
it like just up? Is it like upper body or is it full body?
It's a
No, I think
it's
he's
a
going like,
torso
"Hey."
shot.
I think it's
torso-
like one of these. Yeah.
One of the most famous shots of him with the hands on the hip.
Yeah, it's hand on the hips. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, I mean, this shit is phenomenal. I was
So
getting ready to
I-
hate on this. I was like,
I haven't heard anything about it. I didn't even see any
oh,
photos.
dude. I
So
gotta
Brett is
send
going to
you
be
these
there
photos.
doing an autograph.
You know, I mean,
signing,
our
think.
visuals aren't that good. You
later
know, we
this-
don't
Did he
do
not
great
do? Did
visuals.
he not do a signing for that to
Well,
warrant
yeah,
that?
you know, but they also they
It's-
honored
it's-
him. They
it's
honored him.
going
And maybe
to
they got it ready
happen
for the signing.
soon. I think later this month,
Hmm.
Brett will be there.
Okay, I'm just catching up. So this is at the store.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
The
store
wrestling
out there in
universe.
Queens. Yes, and they did a mural on the
Yep.
side of the wall of just Brett.
Just Brett. They recently did it. They had an ECW banner put up, and Jack had a few of the ECW guys go in and do autograph signings. So I guess this is a nice way, you know, like, probably a photo op thingy, you know, a way of bringing them in. Yo, you're the guest. It's like
Well, that's
having
good.
a
mural.
you know,
A mural's like forever. So obviously,
he
so
changed
it's
the
like-
ECW when you paint over it. So the next hot guy he'll have in, maybe he'll have Nash and he'll do an NWO like.
Well, it's not
Dope
cheap. It
sign.
can't be cheap to fucking get a fucking mural.
I mean, if he did Brett, he could do Nash.
I think
Can I
when you
just
get
say-
when you get a mural, you don't get it to just keep painting over it. I'm just saying, if it's
That's
especially if
just
it's
how-
a beautiful mural.
That's how it is in Soho every other month.
Jesus.
I can't.
Larry can't do it.
No, I can't do it.
Oh, geez, though you shouldn't try to do this. Oh no. There's a lot of
So
a lot
one
of
thing that I was
murals
going to
and
say
news, a lot
while
of
Pat is
mural
doing
news.
this is like, you know, by putting the mural on the wall, what Jack is doing is cementing that location as something where is if it's ever going to be like shut down or like he dies, like some mark is going to be like, it's historic.
Of
I
course.
can't let this thing turn into a Planet Fitness. It's always got to be the wrestling universe because Bret Hart was here and they painted a mural, just like the ECW mural in the arena. Or
You think they'll
more-
have Brett sign the wall?
No, because they paint over it. That's
How
what
do
I'm
you
just telling
know?
you guys.
How do you know they paint? That's the first time they ever did it.
All right,
Bro,
real
I
quick.
just told
I'm gonna
you, they had
I'm gonna
What do you
very
mean?
ECW.
quickly.
I mean, yeah, Sean. How can you say they'll paint over it when this is the first one?
I want to very
'Cause I just
quickly
told you
screen
guys,
share with
it's
you
the
guys.
second time.
I'm gonna very quickly screen share with you guys.
So you okay? Wait, I'm sorry,
why
Tom
would you do that?
Patrick.
I
You're
can't
saying
I
that there
need
was
you
a
to see this
beautiful
mural. I need you to see
ECW
this mural.
fucking
I
mural.
can't see it, so why
Yes.
would you do it?
Can you see it, Larry?
Yeah, he can see it. Just
Yeah,
look-
that's so you're saying that there was one that
Somebody
looked like
painted that.
ECW?
so
There was another one,
before,
Patrick.
before that, Jack had ECW painted the same way the bread is there. It was the ECW letters, and it was
Letters
because
can't look like a person, Sean. Like having a person as a mural is way crazier than just painting letters on a wall.
Hear me out. Give me 30 seconds, all right? And I'm going now.
Larry, did you see it?
In Soho,
I
they
saw
do this
it.
shit all the
I
time.
saw. I didn't know what you were doing.
When you're a big business and you bring in the money like that, you do these murals because they're a good way of connecting with the way the city has changed and how shops are run. If you look at how Louis Vuitton runs their ads,
You're gonna
they'll-
compare the wrestling universe to Louis Vuitton?
Bro, how long has the guy been open and what has he been doing for wrestlers? How much money has he been bringing them? I'm not saying Louis Vuitton, but I'm saying when you're a businessman and you're trying to do business, you want to keep up with the way businesses are running their business. So with that being said, if buildings are being painted and have advertisements on them, why can't he advertise his next coming signing with a painting the way Louis Vuitton is going to be advertising the US Open next month with a mural on Soho on the side of the building?
Just
The
never
same
heard.
shit.
I've never heard of that before in my whole entire
Makes
life.
no
Stop.
sense. That makes
You got to come to
Stop
Manhattan.
doing that.
I've literally never.
A different way of
when you
life.
paint, when you I get you gotta have. I mean, right? That's a rich way. You gotta fucking paint over your beautiful murals.
Yeah, listen.
I mean, I guess I see where Sean is coming
It's just
from.
a beautiful
There's-
mural, is all I was saying.
I get no. I understand you.
Autograph. Why would you want to
I
autograph
see where
something like
Sean's
that?
coming from.
I get it.
That
It's just
Lafayette-
it's
The
wild to me.
The Lafayette billboard that changes like every quarter for like a different shop in Soho.
Yeah.
Uniqlo, Nike. The advertisement changes. It's a huge building. It's the side of a building on Lafayette Avenue in New York City, and it changes to let you know there's an H&M
Yep.
going this way. You know, I guess I see. I guess I see that.
I'm gonna bring it up so I can show you guys.
Hey, speaking of signing walls, what do you think about the current outrage? Go ahead, Larry.
Nothing. You keep going.
See, that's way not as beautiful as the Bret Hart mural.
But that's the original logos. That's Eastern Championship Wrestling. That's like right when they turned. So if anything, it's just as cool. Just as cool.
Sean, do you think that the same guy who did that mural also did this Bret?
I'll tell you right now, his @ is underneath it.
The Bret Hart mural definitely it definitely takes way more time to do a portrait of a
it's
person.
like a perfect photo.
Get off of there.
There's no way that it's not less equal. I don't know. It's just that's just a crazy thought.
Hey, you know what? They're both beautiful. They're both beautiful.
Same person.
Shout out Jack. Shout out Wrestling Universe.
Maybe they get some. Maybe the guy does it for free because he loves
It used
wrestling.
to just be who's on first. And I used
Well,
to go
I
there
just-
buy superhero cards and comic books from
Yeah,
Jack.
dude,
before I
it
even
is
knew.
a sick portrait.
Dude,
Yo,
that's a
look at how
goddamn-
sick that is.
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean, it's like
I had the
It's so
Poster, dude.
sick, dude. That is so
You gonna
sick.
go-
I
are
feel
you
like
gonna go take a
people
picture?
are going to travel from Calgary, Alberta, Canada to take a photo in front of that, dude.
Yeah, this guy is nasty, bro.
Yeah, that is a fucking.
See now, but see, like, why
gnarly,
wouldn't you
amazing
just like make a
piece
nice
of-
one-time mural that has all wrestlers?
talk about visuals?
Just like
So
put
he-
all the wrestlers.
So I'm looking at the guy's page right now. His @ is Guerra GUERRA.Benny. Guerra Benny. So he looks like he goes
You
around
lost me.
doing it in the neighborhood, and he like goes to like the firehouses and he paints their shields and stuff. And he does
Yeah,
a
you should
really,
paint our
really
logo
good
on
job.
a firehouse.
You know what I was thinking? Like, I'm always in Soho, and I was like, I thought of honestly the same thing. Why can't we pay for the month to have our logo just painted on the wall from
You can pay to do anything, Sean. You can have a
I-
billboard. You can have a fucking mural.
I'm aware, so I'm asking, why don't we?
I
Not
don't
why
know,
can't
why
we
don't we
physically?
don't. That's a good question to ask off the air.
No,
I mean,
Right,
I just
so
don't
if-
want to. I don't want to have to. I mean, there's a fine line between marketing and branding and clout chasing. I mean, getting our own mural done would be clout
But the
chasing.
thing is, we pay for
I
our
feel like
stuff to
maybe
get
if we
done.
wore just like Viking hats, then we'd be branding.
With
And
Blvd
do like the
Bullies
Vikings
logos.
and just go and like pillage everything.
Sorry, was I muted? Was I
No.
muted?
I heard you say that.
Oh shoot. Hey, speaking of signing walls, what do you think about fans signing that ECW wall? Brian, you were talking about this earlier.
Oh, so we're going to
hot
deathmatch
button
drama?
Oh, is this part of deathmatch drama? Well, before that,
Yeah.
let's get to
What?
Larry's
'cause
favorite part of the show.
The giveaways.
The giveaways.
What's the giveaway?
Well, the giveaway is from
Update us, Brian.
every week we show an item, and then you guys should comment on the YouTube video, not the live chat, but the YouTube video itself, the comment area. And then Patrick, the following week, will read all of the comments live on the air, and then jumble up all of the names, jumble them up in a randomizer, and then one will be selected to win the gift. Jesus Christ. Which last week was these Caribbean Larry and the very missed Eddie
Oh
Owen.
yeah.
So whoever wins that
I
wins
should have
that.
commented. I don't even have one of my own cards.
No, we're excluded. We're not allowed to comment, Larry. We have comment, but we're excluded from
I
the
should have had
drawings.
my brother comment. Because
Right,
I
you can
don't
have
even
friends. You can
one of
have
my own
friends.
card.
Fair, touche.
I should have told Casey Brown to tune back in. I guess he hasn't been watching for a while.
Verbal assault.
That is creepy. Why
Always
that is
listening,
creepy.
always incoming. What are you? So don't be
Hey,
rude to
happy
the
belated
fans,
birthday
Sean.
to Johnny Richter.
Oh, happy birthday, Richter.
Happy birthday, Rick.
Belated.
We come for
belated.
Richter. We come for Richter.
Belated.
Yeah, Richter comes for me. He made a banner with a fucking eggplant on it. I got a big one.
Watching and coming.
Muted.
Has Emil ever gotten a banner, Sean?
Oh, I've been muted this whole time. Except John Richter is saying that he
Christ.
can't even screen record because his app is hacked. So somebody screen recorded him screen recording and he got hacked, so he can't.
What? How is that even possible?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. He can no
People
longer
are
send
crazy
these,
nowadays,
clips to
guys.
our
I don't know if you
enemies.
know. I don't know if you know, but people are psychos. So be careful.
Be careful out there, everybody. Muted Pat. Yes, thank you. Brew
that was
Unstoppable with
crazy.
probably the comment of the week, at least for my ego. Pat, you made, Pat, you have made Begin shit talking / DMD's heel turn / Larry scolding the cats to shame with your god tier shit talking this episode. God tier. Wow, thank you. That's more than I deserve. You may not hear this enough, but thank you, PK. I was going to write a couple of paragraphs to explain this, but I realized that would be lame as fuck. Hell yeah, dude. Couldn't have said it better myself once again. I know that those paragraphs live in your heart. And when you choose your words carefully, you don't need to type 10, 11, 12, 13 paragraphs anywhere at
we get
any
it.
time.
You just need one. You just need like a sentence.
Some people got a lot to say.
We have a quote here from Mr. August Records. The thirsty ones come to us.
What did you?
Interesting.
You said that. You said that, Patrick.
Did I say that?
He's quoting you from last week in your tirade.
I don't remember.
That's one of the best tirades. You know?
Pork Chop Express
I don't
says,
even remember
woke up
yesterday.
from a nappy time and put the most unhinged show on YouTube. Project Pat, Pink Eye Bry, Shawnee Dangerously, and Rugby Larry. Never change.
Healing.
Love that one. Wesley Easter says, let's all smoke a blunt at XPW or somewhere this year. And
Let's
Brian
go.
said multiple blunts. Love to see it.
I corrected him.
I'm fucking up because I'm trying to like keep up with this randomizer now.
It's all right. It's all right.
You add them to the. I guess that makes sense. So
We're gonna have to add them.
You
Mr.
good, bro?
August.
You good?
this is something that you could do before the show.
Yeah, I
you know?
could.
Yo,
know.
leave him alone, Brian.
Leave me
Whoa,
alone,
whoa,
Brian.
Truce.
Leave
I'm
me
sorry.
alone.
Shit,
Sorry.
man. I'm still in pain here, guys.
My bad.
Um,
How are the bongos?
The
Axel
bongos are
Knows
wonderful.
says, "Damn it! You should send the giveaway to Slava or Kings Road. Send them both beaches on VHS. Those two gaping touch holes would love that.
I think Servino would like Rochelle more.
Gaping touch holes is very
The
very
strange
funny.
erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
All right, let's add Axel.
I saw Servino make a good idea where he said putting like classic music with death matches, and I think that would make for cool clips. But Servino said it though, so
I used to do it. I used to put a lot of Pavarotti.
that's awesome.
What a groundbreaking idea!
Like what do you watch? When do you see that ever, Patrick?
What a
You have to actually
groundbreaking
know
fucking
the
idea,
music.
Brian.
Oh, shy, but I like the idea.
Guy's a genius. Yo, speaking of geniuses, you know who else is a genius?
Mm.
Because I was looking back at our old interviews. You know who else is a genius? Slava, Spider-Man. He goes, I shoot the deathmatch guys with a higher contrast. And I shoot the beautiful women with a softer contrast. Holy shit. Stop the presses.
Stop the press.
Talk about visuals, dude. I bet he uses black and white film to take a black and white photograph as well.
Slava is a pro.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Whatever happened to
That's a shirt. I
Colossus.
want our best shot on like a the RIP shirts where it's like someone that's passed. I want
like a bootleg shirt?
I want like a tribute, like kind of like this is dedicated to my homies in that gangsta lead, but like of all of us, like our best
Like
shot.
we're dead. Like we're dead.
Yes,
No.
like it's a
Like a
tribute
rest in.
shirt. Like,
That's like we should like we're. Oh, that's kind of offensive and funny.
that's what but I want like I'm thinking of all the shots that we've gotten together. Backyard barbecue. I look fat, and we're just kind of like,
We're not fat.
like all of our
Backyard
shots
barbecue.
together. I like that it's the McMahon Dolly, the Salvador McMahon. I love that. I love that shirt. I love that shirt so much.
It's crispy. It's a crispy.
Yeah, I'm
shirt.
sorry that I have to do this.
What happened to
But
the
I
fucking
want another-
giveaways?
I
sorry,
want
Matt.
another
You
glass.
guys
I'm
didn't finish.
compiling them.
Giveaways. Go ahead.
Compile.
Finish the giveaway so I can get mine.
Right.
Compile.
Right, should
I'm
I
not
show?
leaving my favorite part of the show.
So okay, so if you finish the comments for
So
the
Trevor-
going forward, the giveaways will now be the meme of the week, and I will be printing them out. They will be one of ones. So this week is the Mount Rushmore of hate.
Jesus Christ, Brian.
Oh, that ref, that ref,
Oh, no.
and Simon Ginky.
Brian,
Is that Simon Ginky?
Why would somebody want that?
are these? Is this
that
a Mount
Servino?
Rushmore of people who want to murder
It's a
you?
one of one. It's a
Is
one of
that
one.
Servino as well? I want the people like that.
Nah,
Is that
that's-
Servino?
No, that's
No.
not Servino.
It's it's a Joe from GCW, just a fan that doesn't like my ways.
Can you,
Doesn't
can
like
you
Oh,
break
my
Joe,
it,
ways.
Joe
can you break it
Meisler?
down in order? In order.
Yeah,
In order?
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
who all's on there.
Who do I start from? Do I start from George? Do I start from George Washington?
From left to right, my friend.
All right, we're going to start from George, which is the ref of death. He does not like me, and he threatened me, and then he blocked me. And then there's this
Hey,
man.
AARP is people over 50, okay? I'm a long
You're-
way away from that. Thumbs up. Continue, Brian. Sorry.
You're
Sorry for the
closer than
outburst.
me and Sean, so that's all I'm going to say. This is Simon Gankin, who accused me of heinous crimes and threatened violence upon my life, and then blocked me. This is a Joe. He's a fan. He's a
These
cool.
giveaways
He's cool.
have taken a dark turn.
He's cool.
What happened to
He's
the
cool.
South Park
Very
DVDs?
dark. Very dark.
That guy didn't. I still am waiting for that person to send me their address. But This is Joe. He's a cool guy, but he doesn't like my ways, so I put him there. And then this is Nathan Muscles, who does not like me as well. Today, actually, we had an epiphany. He sent me asked me if I wanted to be friends, and then I told him that anything is possible.
That's nice.
Yes. And then this is Slava flying in the air with
Like an
wings,
angel.
like an angel. And then this is our good friend Eric Steffler with his good hand.
This is
with
crazy.
With his strong hand. And then we also have Chad Mindler.
Oh, very, 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 very small.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the Mount Rushmore
I have a
of,
feeling that
of
these
hate.
giveaways are
Bro,
probably going to
what
take a
the
nosedive
fuck?
pretty soon. I don't know if
There's a
anybody
giveaway.
wants
All
that.
it is. Well, that's. Does anyone want anything? You guys talked shit to me and said that
No.
my giveaways were shit the whole time. Anyway,
I never said
Now-
said such a
you
thing.
all said some shit. So now it has evolved.
Uh-huh.
I'm in pain,
Uh-huh.
and it is now the meme of the week giveaway.
All right, Brian,
One of
show
one.
last week's because the randomizer has spoken.
Yeah, the last
fuck?
time you guys will ever get something like this, which is a
The
Caribbean Larry
randomizer
card.
has spoken,
Brother.
and the winner is Urkel.
Urkel!
Axel, John E. West, Mr. August,
Brian.
Brew, Pork Chop.
Right, I just feel like that with our participation, we're gonna have like the same winners, like consistently. We're not really growing the impetus to comment, you know. So
No.
I don't hate the idea of the giveaways. I just feel like that nobody knew
there
it
was-
gonna
there was
actually
nine- there
win.
was
It's
nine-
gonna be like
There was 9 comments, and not everybody the same always comments. Sometimes some people win, sometimes some people don't answer and send an address, but it's just something that we do upon the show.
and therein is why
abstract
I
art.
like our therein is why I like Sean's kind of like our like awesome memorabilia, things that you don't know that I have right now in this room that wrestling fans might like to see and be like, oh my god, that's cool.
But why couldn't we do that as
opposed to,
another
like,
part?
Hold on, as opposed to like the legwork of Pat, like randomizing the comments that are probably like the same group of people from the last week for something that you choose that like, sure, it's
Okay.
part of me this week that I
So then
haven't signed, but
what if I
other times it's a VHS
Larry.
tape of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I'm gonna
Good movie.
completely
Great movie.
I'm evolving the giveaway as we speak. I am now going to sift through the comments every week before the show and have all of the comments and names ready to be randomized so it can be done
God
right
damn.
away. So we don't have to wait, and it won't be an annoyance. It'll be a fun, quick coming. Meme of the week. I will make randomizing, and it's done.
Okay. All
Ah.
right. Don't you ram my hole.
That sounds like the solution to me.
We
Right?
figure it out here.
Fucking
We figure it out here.
Fuck the whole system.
I'm
fuck
sure that
holes.
Larry won't shit on it 3 weeks from now.
I don't. It's my favorite part.
How dare you?
It's my favorite part.
How dare you?
Pat's still gonna read the comments. I'm just gonna have them already
You're-
ready to
you're-
be randomized. I'm gonna
Just like you showed up to
pre-randomize
work
them.
2
Pat's gonna
hours
read it,
early,
and
you're
I'm gonna
have
hit
it done.
boom, and then it's gonna be winner ready to go.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You
That
understand
will
me?
cut 30 seconds off the show. I'm really excited.
30 seconds is a long time in a 1 hour show.
I mean, we do what we want.
Well,
Ah, fucking goddamn
what happened now?
I want to.
it.
Go ahead, Larry. What do you have to say?
I want to. I
Brian's
feel like I need another
Brian.
glass. Why?
You need another
only
glass
at
of
8.
blood, Larry. Have another glass.
Can I?
I thought you said you were gonna get wine after we
I
did the
used to
comments.
not want to get up. I used to not want to get up ever. But now, like, aren't I a year in? I'm a year in, right? I'm a year in.
At least 1 year. 100% more than a year now because you came in
And
a
then
year.
now
Alright, here
I
comes
can get
Brett.
up
You came.
and get I can get up
Sure.
and get more.
Conquered.
Okay.
We have to talk about the deathmatch
Yeah,
drama.
I
when
mean,
you
the
come back.
last
I'll
thing
be
that we
right
have to
back.
talk about is
I'll be
deathmatch
right
drama.
back. My
Waiting.
glass
Yep.
will
Fill it.
be full.
Yeah, come
Yep.
back
When
with
you
blood.
return, we will commence with the interview with a vampire.
Fill it to the rim. Fill it to the rim. You understand?
Nice reference, Sean. Nice reference. All right, I'll be right back.
Sean, what's
Get out of
your
my way, cat.
Sean? What's your favorite vampire movie?
Oh, that's a good question, dude.
Favorite vampire movie definitely has to be Blade. 100% is Blade. 100% Blade, and I'm gonna tell you why it's Blade.
He's going Blade. He's going for the DVD. He's going for the
No.
box set. He's got
No,
the
I'm not.
poster.
I'm going with Blade because it was one of the first movies that Triple H was in, and he was a fucking vampire.
Oh my God! Get out of town, Brian. Favorite vampire movie?
It's probably either Interview with a Vampire.
Yes, that's the
Or-
best one.
Do you know? No, you ever see the movie called? I think it was called Let Me In, where it's about
A recent movie, right?
it's with the kid that was in. I think it was he was in Alpha Dog. I can't remember his name, but he was a kid, and then
Sounds familiar,
the
Brian.
girl, and then it's the dad is the guy from Step Brothers. The dad, the funny guy.
Yes.
He's the dad, and then he. I don't want to give too much away, but the girl is a vampire,
Yes, I saw it.
and her dad ends up being a twist. There's a twist, and you should see it. Let me
Yo,
in.
Oh wow!
Another
two
good one?
great-
Vampire.
Two
30
great
Days a Night.
selections here: Vampire in Brooklyn and From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's the Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin
That's
Tarantino.
Quentin.
And Brooklyn is Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I might
1995.
have to go Dusk Till Dawn. I was gonna say that my favorite Dracula thing was actually like the. Did you see like the BBC like Netflix thing on it?
No.
It was like a BBC.
was like an interview about the
three-episode-
movie?
Oh, that was kind of dope.
It's called Dracula.
Ah, yeah, it was called something like that.
I don't know.
About like the set.
Did you ever see the TV show Black Midnight Mass?
Oh, I hate
No.
that show. I fucking
Fuck you.
hate that show.
But okay, whatever. You might hate it, but a lot of people liked
that
it.
show
Including,
is a bad show.
and it was like a take on vampires.
Yeah, it was
though.
a
It was
take,
like
all right.
Yo,
Right.
there was a show that I used to watch on FX. It was a few something like maybe like 2010.
Oh,
and it
what
had to
about
do with vampire-
True Blood? True Blood's an all-timer.
True
True
Blood?
Blood's alright.
Midnight Mass is
What?
way better than True Blood.
How dare you? Bad
Fuck
take.
you. True Blood is like fucking
Bad
hot
take.
vampire
The Strain.
shit.
It was
Bad
called The
take.
Strain. You guys ever saw it?
Jesus Christ.
Lost
True
Boys.
Blood.
Wait, it was True Blood versus what?
The Strain.
It was True Blood versus the show Midnight Mass.
Okay, my official answer. Brian said, Brian, what was your favorite vampire movie?
It was Interview with a Vampire with a honorable mention of Let Me In.
Sean, what was yours?
Blade Trinity because of Triple H with an
Blade
honorable
Trinity.
mention of 30 Days of Night.
We could go Blade trilogy. And what'd you say? Honorable mention 30 Days of Night?
Yep, 30 Days of Night.
I mean, I'm gonna go fan funded, and I'm gonna say From Dusk Till Dawn, with honorable mention to Twilight.
Twilight is the fucking wackest shit ever.
Larry,
dude.
what is your favorite vampire movie?
Probably without any shadow of a doubt, the original Fright Night. The original
Ooh,
Fright Night is
good
probably my
pick.
favorite vampire movie of all.
The remake-
I'm also,
the remake was
I'm
what's
kind
his
of a
name?
little tight.
Once
I'm kind of a
bitten.
little tight that Anthony Gangone hooked onto that theme, being like an awesome entrance theme. Not to just besmirch Anthony Gangone. I just nobody was thinking. So yeah, Fright Night. Honorable mention. Bram Stoker's Dracula, because I think it's the only movie that Keanu Reeves is good in.
Keanu Reeves is good in a few ones.
Rhinestone
topic,
Cowboy
Pat.
Network says best vampires, What We Do in the Shadows, which I cannot disagree with. Arizona. That plays a huge part in the way that we say
They're
fun
maggots,
things.
Michael. They're
Jackie
maggots.
Daytona has had a heavy influence, a hefty.
Did you ever see the Disney original? My mom went on a date with a vampire.
Hell yeah, that was my shit.
See, Sean, sometimes.
Blade
Mom's
2.
on a date
All
with
right,
a
and I
vampire.
want to do one more because this is something I saw on Instagram this week, and because we have so much fun talking about movies and times like this, before we take a dark turn into deathmatch drama, I want to just pose this one last question to you guys in the chat. I was watching a thing, and it was like an interview of Arnold and Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, Arnold?
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
And
my
Sylvester
God.
Stallone. And the guy said, okay, so on the action movie Mount Rushmore, obviously you two guys are on it. But who are the other two?
Wow, that's fucking tough shit, dude.
Nicolas Cage because of fucking Con Air, bro.
Yo, Con Air, Face Off, 8
Yo,
millimeter.
What about
You
Bruce
have to
Willie? What
put-
about Bruce Willie, bro?
Okay, so that was
That's-
my answer.
but
Cage
there's
and Willie.
more than Cage and Willie. But what about fucking
Larry, do you have somebody beside? Do you have who would you put? on?
I mean, Nicolas Cage is not even in the fucking conversation, but go ahead.
Some may
Why
say
no
that.
Cage?
But what about
Why
The
no
Rock?
Nicolas Cage?
He was
He's
also
not
in The Rock,
known
dude.
Fuck The
He's
Rock,
not
dude.
known
The
for
Rock is
himself.
not on the Mount Rushmore of action-packed act.
No, but it's
Action,
one
bro,
of his-
Action. Like, I don't think
What about like
action
Mel
thing
Gibby?
Nicolas
What about
Cage
like
has
Mel
been in a
Gibby, dude?
few good
Nah.
action movies, but the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore, Larry.
Okay,
What-
so Mount Rushmore of action heroes, Larry. Top 4.
Tom Cruise would have to be in that because of Mission Impossible.
Mm,
Like, think of like,
and Pierce Brosnan. What about like Pierce Brosnan?
No,
007?
B level.
nah.
We're talking S tier, dude.
Although
Pierce is like
Casino
Pierce.
Royale
Oh,
is a
Nicolas
phenomenal
Cage
film.
ain't it?
Okay, so
I don't think-
okay, if you want to
Bruce
say Nicolas
Willie-
Cage
Bruce
ain't
Willie
S
over
tier,
Cage.
he's A tier. Who's S? Arnold.
Will Smith because of Men in Black.
That's not.
It's
That's comedy.
very
That's
easy.
comedy,
It's
brother.
very easy.
That's
The
comedy.
first Expendables. The first
Mhm.
Expendables. Y'all remember?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jason
Yeah.
Statham.
So who were 1, 2, 3, and 4 of that movie? Who were
There was
first
the
four?
main guy is always
Dolph
supposed to-
Lundgren. Why not Dolph Lundgren?
How about Charles Bronson?
No, it's
That is
definitely
a good. That is a
Well,
good.
I'll tell you. I'll give you guys a hint too. Arnold said Clint Eastwood.
Oh, because of Good, Bad, and the Dirty.
Pat, can I just talk?
Please.
What about De Niro?
When we were doing our Mount Rushmore of Deathmatch, I was saying like a lot of guys who like paved the way
Pave the way.
for that shit to
Forefathers,
even be a fucking thing in the
forefathers.
conversation. And when you say names like Charles Bronson and fucking Clint Eastwood,
Well, and then you got to
that's
go
not even
John
the
Wayne
stratosphere
too.
of Nicolas Cage.
You probably
John
got to
Wayne
throw
Murdoch,
John
for
Wayne
sure.
in there if you're
John
going
Wayne
to
Murdoch,
go that route. You
100%.
got to
Even
throw
still,
Johnny.
John Wayne Murdoch.
Action. This guy is known for action.
Action! How about
Yeah,
the
but dude,
Look
think about it this way.
Not just a movie star and action star, Charles Bronson.
Michael
Chuck
Keaton.
Norris.
No.
Chuck Norris.
The real answer is Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Nicolas Cage. Done. Cement it.
That's the Blvd Bullies Mount Rushmore of action.
Yo, you gotta do the Nicolas Cage when the wind is in his hair.
Yo, he did Con Air, Face Off, The Rock.
Yo,
Snake
bro,
Eyes.
The
Snake Eyes.
Rock.
60 seconds.
The Rock.
8
The
millimeter.
Rock.
What else? There's a
What's
countless
the one? What's
others.
the one with his daughter? With his daughter that tricks him?
Oh, Matchstick Men. That's not
Matchstick
action. though.
Men. That's like
not
an. I
action.
mean, it's suspenseful. It's suspensey.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Ooh, that's pretty good. But
Yeah, but what does Kurt Russell have?
But
Okay,
I agree with what Larry's saying. Where in a Rushmore, you include forefathers.
okay, so
Not
you
just-
want
not
to
just
swap
the same
Nicholas?
era. You don't just put the same era.
It's hard to think of forefathers when two men were really dominating action movies
Well, that's what I'm saying.
between
It's
the
like
80s
Hulk
and
Hogan
90s.
deserves to be there, right? So it's like
Hogan,
he
I
had
would-
forefathers.
Suburban
All right,
Commando.
so you know what? Let's swap out Nick
Hogan
for
over the
Clint
Rock.
Eastwood. I could do that.
Nick.
Fuck that.
Okay,
Nicolas
so
Cage.
it's
Nicolas
Eastwood,
Cage.
Willie, Bruce Willie, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sylvester.
You got bugging. Michael Keaton,
You know who's
Batman.
always said action to me, y'all? You know who's always said action to me?
Will Smith.
Harrison Ford.
Ooh.
Harry, yo! I
Fuck
didn't
Indiana
kill
Jones.
my
Get off
wife.
my plane!
I don't care.
You can't put Harrison over Bruce Willis,
Yo,
though, dude.
The Fugitive,
Mm.
bro.
I
That
didn't.
was,
No,
That's
I
hard.
didn't pick Harrison over Bruce Willis. I said no, Nicolas Cage.
And I
I said
I
no.
personally,
I didn't say no Harrison over
Dude.
Bruce. I said no Nicolas Cage.
All right,
it's
so
yo, now
what's
you're
and,
bugging.
you know,
Yeah.
Sylvester
You gotta throw
Stallone
some
over Arnold
respect.
Schwarzenegger.
all right, but Arnold deserves to be on the.
Yeah, but I'm
Nah.
saying they're like the same era. So if you're picking different eras to put onto your Mount Rushmore, you have to pick between Arnold and Sylvester.
People are saying in the chat Chuck Norris, Kurt Russell. I kind of like Tom Cruise. I think Tom Cruise deserves to be in the conversation with all
Hell
the Mission
yeah.
Impossibles. And and he's a guy who
He's
will
007,
literally
bro.
jump off the plane and
I like
catch the
007 more than I
parachute,
like
by
Mission
himself.
Impossible.
Like he'll do his own shit.
Word, bro.
He's his own stuntman. That's true.
All right, so Larry, what's your final Mount Rushmore before we get into deathmatch drama? Mount Rushmore action heroes.
It's very important.
Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm going with Harrison Ford and Wesley Snipes.
Money
Always bet on
train.
black.
Yo,
Money train.
Is Wesley
Always
Snipes
bet
a
on
bigger
It's his own personal Mount
African-American
Rushmore.
action star than Will Smith, though?
Nah.
Will Smith came into action late in the game.
Yeah, I guess he was already. Yeah.
He does more comedy. It's like more comedy than serious
Well,
action.
funny that you guys say that. His first real action movie was Independence Day, which came
It was
out
comedy.
this.
I think
I
Bad
said
Boys.
action movie.
Yeah, but
Didn't Bad Boys
Independence
pre-
95,
Day?
90, 95. Yeah,
Jackie
95.
Chan. Got it. You
Even
got
Bad
it.
Boys.
Maybe Jackie
Chan.
Chan too.
Jackie
But
Chan.
that's martial arts.
It's comedy. It's not the same.
Oh,
When there's
so
the
really
comedy
like
aspect, it
an
takes
old
away
head, like an old head would say, Bruce Lee, John Wayne, Charles Bronson, Clint Eastwood, or some shit like
That's
that.
fat.
That would be my grandfather's
way.
pick four.
Paved
Yeah.
No,
the
that
way.
sounds like a Mount
what
Rushmore.
I say is I think it should be a mixture of two forefathers and two motherfuckers who submitted the game. Tage ain't one of them. Tage ain't one.
Ah,
He's still going.
breaks my heart.
And he's about to drop a banger of a movie this Friday called
He's in, it's
Long
insane.
Legs.
He's in so many. It's insane
Is
how many.
Nicolas Cage in that?
Long Legs?
Yeah.
He's the villain. He's the heart. He's the monster.
God bless that man.
And supposedly
Dude,
he put on one of the best
Kick-Ass
performances.
is one of the fucking dopest.
Yo, Kick-Ass was fire, bro. He played Big Daddy, bro.
Dude, he burned alive, dude.
Bro, the best. The best.
Ugh.
The best.
All right,
The
so I
best.
deliberately tried to kill some time because deathmatch drama has been particularly ugly lately. It's very funny. I feel like
People are
Brian,
losing their
when we were
mind
at
to
the
fatness.
when we were at the April 4th Eat the
My
Turnbuckle
birthday?
show, everybody was wishing me a happy birthday, thinking that they were you.
Right.
So I feel like I hauled off and went crazy last week, and then you poked your head out, got all the shrapnel.
You technically have my ID.
I have your ID. I am you.
You are me. But I don't think that has anything to do with it, Patrick. I honestly don't.
Patrick, you're Jewish.
You're welcome to the club.
Look at that.
So what's been going on Deathmatch Drama? I feel like you.
Well,
posted-
the big drama is all about the wall, a mural to be exact, which is funny because we were speaking of a mural before, but it's a mural
The
inside of the 2300 arena, which Larry was back at. He was back at. So now the whole argument, it's not even just fans signing the wall, it's also wrestlers, workers that are signing this wall that has a specific year, and it's an ECW mural. So, and the whole argument is that if you were not part of that year or part of that company, then your name does not belong on the wall.
So who should be able to sign this mural that was
Whoever was in the
painted
company,
only
was ever in
ECW
parts of-
guys?
it was an ECW wall with specific years. That's who should be signing the wall. That's the argument.
Well, there should be another wall for marks then.
I mean, to be fair, that this mural is also in a bathroom, so any Joe Schmo could just write on it. So
Right, for a good time call.
It's just there in a bathroom. It's not just like it's on a wall in the back office somewhere. You
I
know,
bet you they don't wash their hands before they sign the wall.
Mhm.
Pig.
There's some wrestlers that would say that it's highly disrespectful to do such a thing.
It
And
is.
some people that don't agree. They think that they're part of the business and that anybody that's part of the business could write the name on a fucking wall.
And that's the main
Right.
problem
Like,
with the wall being broken.
Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's the main problem with the fourth wall being broken. Fans think that they could fucking jump.
It's not just fans, though, Sean.
Guardrail, but
wrestlers, workers as well, that have not been part of that company.
All right, so let's ask the tough questions then.
Okay.
Obviously, if Mikey fucking Whipwreck, friend of the Bullies, walks into the building, he could sign whatever the fuck he wants at 2,300, correct?
Right, he can fucking piss on it if he wanted to.
Okay, what about Necro Butcher, who was not in the original ECW arena days, but he made his mark on the 2,300?
I don't think Necro Butcher would sign the wall.
He would know better.
I don't think he'd go in there and want to sign
That is not the question. The question is not whether or not you think he would. The question is, is he worthy?
Does he? If he walks into that bathroom, he wants to sign the wall.
It depends on your stance on who should be signing the wall in the first place. If you think the wall is designated for the people that the mural is made for the years of that ECW, then no. I don't think Necro Butcher should sign that wall, and I don't think the Necro Butcher would sign the wall.
And I think Necro
Butcher would stand with the wrestlers that are angry at the people that signed the wall.
Yes, and that brings me back.
The workers and the fans.
That brings me back to the fourth wall being broken. Let's face facts. We have workers that are fucking marks. Everybody's a fucking mark for wrestling.
Wall.
But the wall that is the imaginary wall that's broken that makes these fucking fans think that they're part of the fucking act. Let's fucking face it. Part of the act. It is a show. We all know it's a show. You guys want to leave it up when you start, I want this guy to win. I want this girl to win. I want this person to win. But when it comes to real shit, you pretend like it's not there and you're part of it. You're not part of it. If you are not involved in ECW from when it changed from Eastern Championship Wrestling to Extreme Championship Wrestling and the ownership went to Vince McMahon, if you were not involved in that window, you have no reason.
So Bobby Lashley cannot sign the wall.
No.
Right. Only the 2,300 ECW participants.
The people who made that building what it was, when it was once a bingo hall, because that's what it was, a bingo hall. The people who made that building, the illustrious building that it is today, are the only people who deserve to sign that wall. And let's fucking face it, it's in the fucking bathroom. The people of the building, did they want people to really sign that wall?
I wanna get Larry's take, but also I have some good takes in the chat that I want to throw out. Also, it's a whole different Rushmore if you include martial arts movies. Colton Ryder Holland says Jean-Claude has to be in there. Bloodsport. Just catching up.
True, it's
John
Van Damme.
Richter
That's
says,
fucking facts,
I personally think nobody should be signing it. The art itself was dope as it is. Yeah, and you can take your photo of it.
See, but that's a big thing. Once someone starts signing the wall, that kind of just like opens a whole can of worms for everybody to start signing it.
Should sign guy and hat guy sign it? Yes, I believe so.
100%.
Urka, great take here, says the people carrying around paint markers are the real problem.
They're not. They shouldn't be allowed in the fucking building. I used to take those
John
shits
Richter
away
says,
at
I
every
think
plaza.
signing a bathroom wall is dumb and pointless, no matter who it is. Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, me, Gins, corny, if you ask me. Well, I'll say this. I agree that signing the wall is pointless. And the only ones who should be able to, if they so choose, are the old school originals. But really, the old school originals are the ones who don't think it's cool to sign the wall. It's a fucking marks of the weirdos who want to sign the wall.
Exactly. The funny thing is that there's only a few original names on the wall.
I think the only people who get upset about who signs the wall are the Mark Henry types. I think if you ask Tommy Dreamer or Bubba Ray who's signing the wall and if they care, I don't know. I guess maybe on a bad day, Bubba Ray would care.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So not only are the people who sign the wall and think it's important who don't deserve to lame, the people who care about who signs the wall are lame. That's the final answer. Larry, where do you lie? Where do you land?
It all lies in the fact that, Pat, you said that the wall was in a public restroom. I personally use several restrooms in the backstage area of the ECW arena that I first stepped foot into when it was the original ECW arena. That bathroom that exists wasn't even there when Bubba Ray and Spike and all of them were wrestling. So the fact that this is a piece of art in a public restroom means that someone that was a part of the original ECW was like, hey, it'll be cool for people to not only take a picture in front of this, but for it also to be adorned with signatures from people that originally were the impetus for this mural to even be painted. But because it lies in a public part of that place, that means that anybody from Kathy Fitzpatrick to Joe Beisler to John Hammer to John Richter, they have every right to sign it, and nobody can really have an opinion about it besides
There are people that have opinions.
Besides the artist who painted it. I don't think that
Or the people that paid for the people that paid the artist to paint it. Like
Keep an eye out for the new Blvd Bullies video where I'm going to go sign that Bret Hart mural.
I'll whoop your ass.
Brian,
because I was a huge fan of Bret Hart. So I'm going to go sign that mural.
Let the man talk.
Brian, if the people who gave a fuck about the payment for that to be placed there cared, then they would pay for stanchions to be in front of it and a clear sign to be on it to say, don't fucking do shit to this.
Oh, I agree.
Roger, who I know from the arena, don't give a fuck about that mural as much as the fans who are like, and the wrestlers who are posturing like they give a fuck about it. Bro, listen to me right now. There are banners. There are banners in the 2300 arena that say Terry Funk, that say Mick Foley, that say all these people who have done things there. Those are not public domain. Joe Beisler is not signing his name on those banners that hang in the 2300 arena. This is a moot point. I don't even know why we're talking about it on this fucking podcast. Nobody gives a shit unless you give credence to the fucking people that are posting.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Larry, I'm just telling you that I'm not the one. I'm telling you that it's a subject on this show because there was a lot of people that
ladies and gentlemen, Larry,
they feel very, very hot about it, just like you, Larry.
To the question.
Matthew Justice. Matthew Justice.
Wait, Brian. Hold on.
Do you understand what it means to give someone life? Do you understand what it means to give someone life? You gave me life earlier on the podcast when you talked about the history that I made in that fucking same arena. And now we're talking about that.
Uh-oh, Pat.
You were giving Joe Beisler life.
Yeah, because it's just fucking
happening
in the deathmatch community. Yes, it is.
It was just a thing that was spoken about.
It's a thing that was spoken about all day.
It's a very big issue, Larry. Very big.
You're yelling at me.
I'm going to sign one of those banners.
It's called deathmatch drama. It was the drama. I'm not mad. Matthew Justice was upset.
Very.
He's on the side. Matthew Justice.
Matthew Justice.
Matthew Justice.
I threw my chicken ring at Matthew Justice.
Matthew Justice,
now
Larry,
Larry's
that's right.
singing a different tune now that he knows that Matthew Justice was upset.
He was very upset, Larry.
Oh, now look at this. Oh, you didn't tell me that Matthew Justice was upset. Listen, his last name is Justice, dude.
Hey, Brian,
it's not. It's Hennon. It's Hennon. He commented on it with his real profile on Deathmatch Elite. He is a member.
Hey, Brian.
Matthew Hennon commented and stands with the point of that people should not be signing the wall.
Mm-hmm. Larry, your thoughts?
Your thoughts, Larry?
Did Drake say anything?
Drake did not throw his 2 cents in. No.
Did Matt Tremont say anything?
Matt Tremont was with the boy that signed the wall and
Whoa.
also signed the wall.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Yes.
Larry, your thoughts?
There's a lot more information coming to light.
Wrestlers are angry with wrestlers. It's a whole
Matthew Justice is pissed off.
This just in.
And Tremont sides with Beisler.
No, well,
He
Matt
was there.
Tremont,
It sounds like he was there.
He signed. He was not in ECW. He was not in ECW during those years. Was he?
Sounds like Tree and Baszler signed it together. Probably the same pen.
Somebody's knocking on my door. Hold
Come
on.
here, kid.
It might have been the same pen. It might have been the same pen.
So, Larry, your thoughts on all of this?
I don't. Guys, I don't care about marketing for the 2,300 arena for
2,300.
and for us to commiserate over.
I mean, they're doing fine on their own. They don't need us. We're just.
Yeah. This is exactly what they were hoping would happen.
I don't think they
said,
care about us.
You're all up in the bathroom, calling back to our legacy. We'll let that mural rock for years until some motherfucker starts to sign it, opening up the floodgates, and then more and more people will come wanting to sign,
CUM.
put their stickers up, and more money. More money.
Dude, I think people are just already mad at Joe Beisler because of what he's been doing with hitting himself at shows and getting wrestlers to hit him at shows and just being a fan, how he wants to be a fan, and the wrestlers are getting mad at him because he's doing what he wants.
What do you think about Joe Beisler? Do you think that Ryan's actions on Boulevard Bullies versus the World are a direct result?
Sean's not
Suck
even
my
here.
dick. Larry, suck my dick. No, because Joe Beisler has been going to shows for 37 years. Joe Beisler's 48 years old. Joe Beisler is
ageism. I'm 42.
He's 48 with a son, and he brings his son. He's been going to shows
ARP.
causing mucks longer than I have. I have not inspired Joe Beisler. Joe Beisler is Joe Beisler. He does what he does.
You said he's how old?
He does things that make
89
now in my room.
89 years old?
Yeah, he
Brian,
looks
you
good.
got me dripping in this job. I was calm.
He's 50
cool,
years
and
younger
it
than
wasn't
Kevin
the
Gill
Ryan
and
thing.
Slava.
Killing me.
Shout out, KG.
I'm concussed.
Look at me, I'm dripping.
Listen, you
Dripping
got
for
Larry
Pat
all
Martin's
sweaty.
birthday.
Here's what I think, and here's the actual answer. And Larry is the winner of this round because he touched on it more than the other three of you, is that no wall matters. No fans matter. And it's really just a full nihilistic approach. So, if you at any point during this conversation cared about anything one way or the other, you suck, and you're an idiot, and take those stupid fucking over-motivated opinions to Deathmatch Elite. Hey, comment on this video if you want to win some of Brian's original art. A demon came to Brian in his sleep and taught him how to do Photoshop on his phone. And now all hell has broken loose. Speaking of deathmatch drama, I just got to say that I think our beef with Slava is now ended. I feel like he posted a very long dictatorship-esque.
No. I don't agree.
And at the end he said
he made a long-winded post, just like all his other long-winded posts, and he apologized and tried to manipulate after saying, "I personally destroyed XPW." Right. He's been going on tirades about how I personally have made XPW what it is right now.
It's true.
As a fan.
And really, I think anybody
Is he
who has
lying?
a brain in their head could just
I
see
think that's
that
why
it
I
was
hit you, Brian.
somebody who was upset about not being friends with Rob anymore. And they were blaming you. Ooh, what's that, Larry? Baptized in
Larry?
Blood 3?
2?
Oh, it's 3.
3.
I knew that. I knew that from the second you flashed it, dude. Extreme! XPW! Anyway, I kind of agree with you, Brian. And then it was so funny because last
Wow,
week
Veronica Kane is on the cover of this, y'all. Veronica Kane. You know her.
He also signed the wall
Who did?
She signed it?
with Joe Beisler,
Who signed it?
Veronica Kane.
Well,
Dude, maybe
But she was in ECW.
maybe that
but
look, maybe that's one of the reasons that people get off of me. Maybe that's one of the reasons people are like up in arms, because they feel like Veronica enabled.
she was with Matt, but Matt Tremont was standing there too, dude.
well, I'll
Laughing.
tell you this.
Tremont was there laughing.
No, he signed it.
Brian has single-handedly destroyed XPW. I don't think that's true. I want to say
XPW
that
would be exactly where it is right now, with or without me attending shows. Dude, all I've been doing is supporting the company. I've been paying for my ticket every time I go to a show. I buy merch.
When's the next show, Brian?
We're waiting for
well,
good old
I do want to say
Joe
that I
Dreadful.
think that a lot of people who have I don't know, how do you say it, contrived and really like molded their personalities to be able to go up and take a photo with a wrestler or hang out with a wrestler or sign a wall. I think a lot of those people are triggered by Brian's free will and just pursuit of what
Free
he
will.
enjoys without thinking about the clout. You know, it's like, listen, Brian wears to the show the same T-shirts that he wears in his everyday life. Brian does what he does at the show, the same thing that he does in his everyday life. You won't see Brian with a neon hockey jersey with his name on it. You won't see Brian releasing a T-shirt. I asked Brian to be a part of the Blvd Bullies, and I told Brian, hey, after arguing for a long time, I finally said to you, Brian, just go do what you do, dude. Just go do what you do. Be who you are, because that's what Blvd Bullies is all about. So, you know, and look, and hey, you know what? I don't want to get back to Slava, dude, but Slava, he's the most talented photographer.
Rich Wade.
His lighting
Not
is
the same,
fucking
though.
incredible. His fucking camera is incredible. And you know what? The way he deals with and directs the talent, and like even we experienced it, Brian, which is our new every single week countdown video. Yo, he gasses you up. He's a great director too. And and then after the fact, he goes back and he really goes pixel by pixel and like touches up your shit so that you look fucking great.
But what makes Slava is that he does it for free, and he is just an XPW fanboy.
Okay, Brian,
Just like
stop,
me.
stop, please.
No, it's true.
No, I don't want to go off the rails. I want to put
that's
some credit on the name.
Well, dude, in wrestling, he's just a fanboy. He's a two-time Hall of
completely
Fame
derailed.
porn director. There's
Well,
no-
anyway, I just kind of, I guess I wanted to say that, like, the curation and the attention to detail and the post-production of those photos, I'm sure, is the same way that he curates and edits his extremely long Facebook posts about how he hates you. See what I'm saying? And that's what's important to realize. It's like,
his photos are way better than his posts.
you're a big fish in a small pond. You know,
I would say
but
that
we're
his
like the
talents,
we're like the
talents
rock.
are way bigger than his brain.
Like we're like the rock, and you've now felt the ripples, of it, regardless of the size of your fish. And you might curate and really care about and really tweak these photos to be absolutely perfect, but Blvd Bullies, dog, we're a Polaroid. We're just a snapshot in time. And then everybody's saying that, Brian, you have started the hate and you've cultivated the hate, but like it really falls on people like Slava and Chad Mins's shoulders that you are now being harassed at home. And this isn't a joke. This isn't Sean attacking Brian at home. And by the way, all of you motherfuckers are responsible for that as well. We won't get into that.
Not biting me.
But
That's
Brian,
another story for another
you're
day.
Being yelled at. You're being criticized. The ref of death hates you. You poked your head out for 2 days, and you have now received.
I've been quiet, dude. I've been since I've gotten married and moved into this luxurious new apartment. I'm getting a couch tomorrow. This empty area, there's gonna be a fucking couch. A couch.
Sofa.
Those joints look like Pringles cans.
These joints here. These
Where'd you get
extreme
them?
cannabis. They're extreme cannabis.
So
The
tell
tank
us
is
about
stuffed with the most extreme stuff
tell us
there's
about the
to
suicide bomber who ran into your apartment, screaming about Deathmatch Elite earlier this week.
Dude, are you talking about the one that's on the Mount Rushmore?
What's his name?
Simon Genkin.
Yeah,
He's
you have
banned,
your own Mount
banned,
Rushmore of people who hate
banned
you.
from Deathmatch Elite. The only person to maybe ever have been banned. Yeah, he's fucking banned, dude. You know what? I made a public service announcement this morning that the only way to get banned from Deathmatch Elite is to create lies of people doing heinous acts and then threatening their lives. So you can say whatever you want and do whatever you please, but you can't do that. And if you do, you're gonna get banned.
Say whatever you want. You can do whatever you please.
Has this person
But you can't do
reached out
that.
to apologize to you?
To me,
Hey, you're dumb,
Yeah,
bro.
following
no.
this.
So I'm telling you, the person,
I did that for you, Larry.
the man,
But you
I don't even want to say his
can't
name
do that.
because Larry's said, if you say
Oh,
that,
you said it already. You
I
said it
said
already.
that.
No,
Whatever.
no, you
Rewind,
can't do
motherfuckers.
that. I would do anything for love, anything
Okay.
you've been
Dude,
dreaming
listen, I blame you
of,
for their singing,
but
Sean.
I just
You know?
I'm
won't
sorry. I'm listening though.
do-
But you can continue.
I should have had that last glass of wine.
drink the blood, Larry. So, Brian, have you hired personal security? Have you
No,
employed?
Patrick, I am the one punch guy.
You
and
ready to fight?
if someone wants to attack me,
Well,
someone
Sean,
But now
attack
this is the
Sean
question.
would open up the floodgates.
I
Now
am
this is the
to
now
be
this is the
attacked.
question, Brian. Listen, I'll flat out say it again. I was the one who hit you from behind. Everybody knows that. Now the real
I
question.
wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that.
I'll pull the curtain back a little bit more. We'll see the sun come into us, and we'll acknowledge this for what it is, a new horizon. What are you doing for yourself moving forward, handling individuals like this? Because this is something that you,
Dude, I've actually spoken to several.
Let,
I'm
real
sorry,
quick,
sorry,
real quick.
sorry, sorry,
Let me finish. You've allowed these floodgates to now penetrate your small habitable community that you've created for yourself on now this small island that you are, my friend, becoming like the only living thing there. How are you floating? How are you maintaining to float? And what are you doing moving forward with these said situations? Because this is probably the first of many.
Well,
How are you floating?
I've told other Deathmatch Elite members, Deathmatch Elite Bulls of the Wood, if you will, that I personally, because Andy Lawler is like harassed, dude. He gets all of the DMs. Like if there's someone has like a complaint, they message Andy Lawler because he's like the Deathmatch Elite.
He's like the
creator.
principal of the special ed
the
school.
president.
So like if someone has an
That's
issue,
fine.
they're not messaging me, they're messaging Andy, and he gets hundreds, maybe
Right,
thousands.
because they
of
got to go over your head and complain about you.
whatever.
Thousand?
But maybe, dude, there's 10,000 people in the group.
10,000
Brother.
members, brother.
10.4 now. It's growing daily. But
You don't even need the Blvd Bullies no more.
But Brian, it brings me back.
Bullies.
I have to revert the question back. What are you doing for yourself? Because you're
Right.
not only getting harassed online, you are getting harassed to the point where someone is threatening you, not only physically, but like in a very worse way that I don't want to say here on the air. What do you do for yourself?
Dude, I continue my life as I would normally because I don't let people make me live in fear because fuck everybody and you can't be crazy. Second of all, like I'm going to I told the Bulls of the Wood of Deathmatch Elite that I personally will be moderating and making sure that people are not threatening and making people feel uncomfortable. Like if someone has a problem and I'm making a joke about you, you should come to me and say, "Hey, I don't want you to make a joke." But usually the people that I'm making jokes about are making jokes with me. We're making jokes
I'm
together.
confused. You lost me.
I don't know what you're lost. Sean's shaking his head. Yes, you're lost.
I understand what he's saying.
I think you guys are all dumb.
The people that I joke about are joking too. This guy that came to threaten me that is now banned was not joking. He was making threats and lies. That's completely different.
He's a friend of my cousin, Jeff Anderson.
Well, you should warn the boy. No, Jeff Anderson, I don't think I think me and Jeff Anderson have had whatever. This person is mentally unstable. I've talked them out of situations.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the thing too.
Coming at me, before they were coming at me with this craziness that they were accusing me of, they were in my DMs trying to be my friend, and I was talking to them friendly. And then all of a sudden, it's just mentally unstable.
So now, Brian, this is my next question to you, and this comes back to our issue. Do you now understand what I was telling you when I said you are no longer a fan because you've crossed the guardrail? Now, this is a serious question.
No, Sean, you can't say that because there's no excuse or acceptance of using violence and creating lies.
You're right.
Internet.
You're right. But guess
people have families. People have families. You can't create lies and then threaten the people off of the lie that you created.
You're right, Brian. And you know what happened at Monday Night Raw a few years back in the Barclays Center? A mentally ill fan jumped the barricade and hit stick like Madden. If you play Madden, you know it's hit stick. He hit stick Seth Rollins because he was under the impression that Seth Rollins, that Kobe Lopez loaned him money. Like you said,
I hate this. This is wrong. This ain't it. That's not it.
They're sick. And you need to understand that you've now crossed the guardrail. There's a certain way that you have to handle these things.
We're upsetting Patrick. We're upsetting Patrick.
Hey, it's the truth.
Upsetting the host.
100%.
I love you, Pat, but it's the truth.
Co-sign that shit. You don't know what you're fucking with, Brian. You think it's fun.
You've activated the undead, Brian. You've activated the creatures.
You don't know how I'm here. Believe that me.
Understand, Brian? You finally. Exactly, dude. You don't understand. You're a fucking idiot.
And Simon Deakin is born on the same day as me and Sean.
Same born day. Oh my God! No. Jesus fucking Christ. Brian, look what you've done, dude. Look what you've done now, Brian.
Brian, he's gone.
You have an innate ability to turn normal people absolutely retarded.
Do you see what you did?
And that's what you've done in Deathmatch Elite.
Look what you made him do, Brian.
Look what you made him do.
We ain't stable.
Look what you made him do, Brian.
Bro. And you didn't fucking fuck with the wrong one.
You fucked it up.
Larry, you're
judging from the way he's talking, tune in next week to see Larry on the Jasmine St. Clair podcast talking shit about Brian.
Larry,
bro,
there's no fucking with the wrong one. The guy is a goddamn psycho, Larry.
Who else is? Brian, is Joe Beisler a psycho?
No,
absolutely, 100%, without question.
No, I don't think.
Captain Dave a psycho?
No,
is Captain Dave a psycho?
No.
Yeah. And these are the ones that are tuning in and watching you open up XPW shows and get calls from Rob Black on the fucking podcast so you have influence.
Bro, what does that have to do with what the guy did?
On a shirt sale.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
How dare you, Brian?
Easy
I
target.
gotta go. I gotta
Listen.
go.
Larry's gotta go now. Look at what you've done.
I gotta go.
Look at what
Look
you've
what you
done,
made him
Brian.
do,
I had
Brian.
another glass of wine. I gotta
You've
go.
made Larry
Pat,
drink an extra glass of wine and stay 5 minutes later. You've made Larry stay 5 minutes later now, Brian.
Don't you blame me?
When are we doing this backyard shit?
Listen, the
When
backyard
are you
barbecue.
doing this
We
backyard?
tried to
Tell us,
aggressively-
Larry.
Wait, listen. Pat, please take it away.
I don't know.
Pat, come on. Give it to him.
Oh my God, yo! Before you start, Matt McHugh, valued member and soldier of the Blvd Bullies, says, "Remember when at H2O, Kid Osborne had so much heat that the one kid showed up with the intention to stab him."
No way.
Yeah.
No.
He legitimately showed up with the intention to slit Kid Osborne's throat like a Tommy Dreamer, Paul Heyman
What?
WrestleMania moment. And they ended up having
This
to
is
drag
Kid
him out
Osborne's
and take him
blood.
to his car.
You see this drippy?
Bro,
gross stuff?
what? I
remember
This
that.
is Kid Osborne's
I remember
blood.
that. And you know what? I
Brian's not
recorded
listening.
reactions. I said, "Oh, tell me why you wanted to murder Kid Osborne." And then Matt Tree asked me to not
Play
do
that.
the story. So I didn't. But I had I have it somewhere of this kid talking about why he wants to slit Kid Osborne's throat.
We should do it now. We should do it.
Because
Yeah,
Kid
don't talk about
Osborne-
Kit like that, Brian.
Yo,
We should do it now. We
because-
should do it now.
Because
Shut
Kid
up.
Osborne,
we
as
should
a
do it now.
heel,
Don't
went
talk about
against
Kit.
the fucking like tenements
He
and
stabbed
and
my face,
commandments.
Sean.
Pat,
I brought him there to do
post
it.
that and post the ricochet.
But you
Just
understand,
post them
Larry?
both.
Like, and
No,
you know
you
what? That's a
didn't.
great. Let me just say
Truce.
that is a great point to bring up because it's not Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty that makes or Marilyn Manson that makes kids want to shoot up the school. All right? It's already troubled youths. Okay? 99% of us play Grand Theft Auto, listen to Marilyn Manson, listen to
Yep.
Slipknot.
Yep.
But then one motherfucker, one dumbass idiot, listens to Slip, goes and kills a hooker in Grand Theft Auto, and they think that that's the fucking vibe. And they ruin it for all of us. And all the fucking norms and all the whites fucking go like, oh my God, we gotta like ban Grand Theft Auto. We gotta ban deathmatch wrestling. We gotta ban. So you think about it that way, right?
It's not just the whites.
Brian, shut up.
Yeah, I said that. I meant that liberally, like
Right,
bombastically.
liberals. You should have said
obviously.
liberals.
Right, no, it's not just them.
Right.
But, you know, all the
Cubans.
Karens, let's say,
Fair.
right, of any race or color, right, or
Exactly.
gender, right.
We're all inclusive here.
So,
all
but the thing is
inclusive of
that
our bullies.
wrestling, and especially deathmatch wrestling, goes unchecked. A little thing like a 10,000 follower fucking deathmatch elite goes unchecked.
How
So,
little?
whereas all of those people who have been banned from Walmart and Chick-fil-A wash up on the shores of professional wrestling. They
think
wash up
Chick-fil-A
on the
is a great place.
shores of deathmatch elite, where people listen to and entertain their shit because they're talking to other retarded people.
You keep saying the R word, Patrick.
He said it.
I'm
That was
clapping
nice.
for you. You're not clapping for you, bro.
And
I'm
they
gonna
don't-
clap too.
And listen,
I'm
listen,
about to die.
Brian might be all types of different things,
Said the R
but
word.
he ain't just a full like
R word.
He's not going to play the numbers and the lotto that he gets in his fortune cookie like all y'all are.
Hey, there's nothing wrong.
You know what I'm
with that.
saying? Brian ain't a mark. And can you imagine?
We're all marks. We're all
Focus
marks.
on being a
No,
mark
bro.
for wrestling. Y'all are a mark for Brian. Y'all
Yeah,
are a
that says-
mark for us.
That says a
You
lot.
talk about us.
We're
Go watch
nobodies.
your wrestling. Go play your
I don't
scratch
wanna say
offs.
nobodies,
Go eat
but-
your taquitos.
You have
3
Larry
for
here,
fucking
Sean.
$5
How
from
dare
Taco
you.
Bell. Anyway, anything else?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
and by the way, based on all the screenshots of all the messages from all the fucking crazy should have been aborted people who spoke to you this week, Brian, I have a new piece to the sign off. Because not only should our enemies die slow, but also I want all our enemies to know that nobody is thinking about you and nobody cares about you. And you know what? Completely unrelated. The world is already overpopulated as it is. So you do the math. Tune in next week. Out of time. Bye-bye.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.